fita pra quê? Aba post brava. Aba post brava, tem muita leviagem. Aba post no da
Não deixa eu colar na casinha.
Não, bem, não deixei na casinha. Ele tá aqui, ó. Tá aqui, moço. Tá bem aqui. Ele que acabou de tocar aqui o negócio. Isso, bem. Isso, bem. Tá bem por aí, moço. Acabei de escutar ele tocando aí. Brrr. Translator.
My name is Mary Evjukian, and I'm a senior UX designer. Gunsmith itself has a whole new environment. It is an updated interface that makes it feel like you are in a gunsmithing space.
My name is Ben Garnell, principal artist. They're going to see, first of all, the M4 platform. And what you're going to notice is not only in this title are you able to change out the stock, optic, etc., but this time there's actually an extra slot, and that is for the receiver.
You have a platform of weapons, which is a family of weapons. Once you get to a receiver unlock within your first weapon, that's when you unlock another weapon. And those modifications that you have already unlocked for the previous weapon now work on that weapon too.
The receiver this time is driving Gunsmith as it would be in reality, and each of these separate receivers have their own unique progression.
So the receiver for the assault rifle will remain for that assault rifle. But if it's a receiver for the SMG within that platform and you switch to that receiver, then you have the SMG in place. But the modifications that you have already previously done on that assault rifle can move over to that SMG.
Each of those shared attachments that you unlock is now cross-progressible and attachable onto another weapon.
Bora lá, rapaziada. Cinco minutos aí, rapaziada, pra começar. Vamos lá. É isso mesmo. Espero que eles mostrem muito aí do Code Mobile, não só do Warzone Mobile, não só do MW2, né? Do MW2. E é isso, rapaziada. Não tem muito segredo. Oh, minutes. Cara, já estão aqui, ó, 89 mil pessoas assistindo. Tu vai doido. O estresse também tá em live aqui, né? E que o estresse tá vendo aqui no vídeo.
Literalmente vazou beta e tu já consegue mais bagulho. Eu vazo quase tudo, velho. A live oficial no canal do Call of Duty, mano. Mapa do Warzone 2 também.
Multiplica no mobile. Isso mesmo.
98 mil pessoas esperando. Caraca, meu amigo, isso aqui é absurdo, velho. Não, o COD tá morto, relaxa.
Vendo aqui com ele, se eu posso fazer react da hat.
Será que tem especialista em bônus? Isso aí, mano. Vai intencionar pra dizer a verdade? Já também acho, depois de 10 anos nessa indústria vital do COD, eu acho que também eles vão soltando variadamente intencional. Até porque o cara tem muita informação privilegiada lá, velho. Como é que o cara tem o nome de todos os mapas e as fotos dos mapas, tipo, meses? Mano, esse cara vazou até foto em nome do mapa do MW do COD da Treyarch, que vai ser daqui a 2 anos. O cara tá vazando absurdo lá, aquele reality ok, mano. Se o MW2 tiver um mapa bom de respawn bom...
Então, atraso bom aqui, então.
Isso daí já vai dar pra ver hoje, né, mano? Pelo feedback dos caras que vão estar jogando.
Ah, não, ele que tá vendo lá.
Simplesmente já tá confirmado, né? Infelizmente. Sempre cada dia você vê a live, mas sempre que dá tô acompanhando. Tô aqui. Só bora, Tyler. Só bora. Hoje é o dia.
Ah, passou, não
Vou
deu.
mostrar os perks. Os caras vão jogar, então eles vão estar configurando os perks. Tu deve estar todos, né? Conteúdo de beta é limitado, mano. Quem nunca jogou beta, tipo... Sei lá... Tem 500 perks, eles botam 250, sabe? Sempre eles botam metade, assim, do que tem dos perks. Isso foi só um número... Um número abstrato.
Não, o próximo é meu agora.
Aleatório, velho. Mas, tipo, eles nunca vão botar todos os perks.
É isso, esse não ali.
Mas a gente vai ver todos os perks que vão estar na beta aí já hoje. O cara vai estar criando classe, os acessórios, as armas que vão estar na beta, a gente vai ver tudo hoje.
Quantos minutos pra começar aqui, mano, o evento? 1 minuto, rapaziada. 1 minuto. 1 minuto. Calor aqui, tô pra torrar aqui dentro, cara. Um minuto fora.
10 horas, vou estar lá no meu PlayStation 4 ao vivo já, mano. Não. Acho difícil eles abrirem beta 24 horas antes, mano. O maior injustiçado não foi chamar o Tony Boy de verdade mesmo. Sei lá, mano. Acho que tem muito cara que merece também. Até mais que o Tony Boy não foi chamado. Tipo o Airinho, pô. Ou sei lá, quer ver outro? O Doubles, o Paulo. Os caras já fazem conteúdo há anos antes do Tony Boy, velho. E eles têm um engajamento maior que o dele. Tipo,
Aí eu chorei no peito em areia.
chamado. Então,
Tô me
tipo,
sumindo, assim.
é triste, velho. Tipo, não é só o Tony Boy que ficou de fora, sabe? Tem vários outros caras que mereciam também que nem... que não foram chamados. O que, tipo, me faz perguntar, caraca, o que que tu tem que fazer pra tá lá, mano? Tem que ser muito...
E aí, rapaziada?
Nossa, tu tem que ser uma lenda mesmo. Quando eu falo que, tipo, seria muita audácia minha falar, ah, galera, eu deveria...
Vai ter começado aqui. Começou, hein, rapaziada? Você nem se pode colocar isso aqui. Pode, né? Se não puder, não tô nem aí também, ó. This live stream responde bem Activision. Mais meia hora ainda. Ver se os testes ele já meteu o louco lá também.
E lá vamos nós pra mais meia hora.
Já. Meia hora é o tempo que eu boto o meu arroz ali. Peraí, ele tá vendo o som, né? Porque se ele não estiver vendo o som, quem sou eu pra querer ver o som desse jogo? Posso, né? Cancelar o áudio aqui, né? A princípio estamos podendo. Ó. Quase a mesma trilha sonora do Warzone. Chat a 1000. Ai, meu Deus, nas costas. Rapaziada, já que eu volto aqui. Pegando o bandeco. Vou continuar bebendo. Entendeu? Cheiro de feijão queimado. Nada melhor. Caraca, 27 minutos. Entendeu? Comeu umas 10 vezes aqui.
I'm ready for some Warzone 2. I'm like the biggest Warzone player. That's my main thing. So I'm just super hyped to just hop on and see the new map. Yeah, seriously.
It is going to be so exciting. Obviously, being able to get on the
Tem legenda nisso aqui.
see how you feel about it. What are you
Que isso? Não tem legenda?
Because obviously, like you
Por
said,
que não tem legenda?
for a long time now. But what do you want to see? What are some of the changes you want made?
I'm definitely wanting to see like new movement, maybe, because you know slide counting like the biggest thing in Warzone. So maybe like a new thing that bridges the skill gap and adds like a new level to like grind it out. You know? Yeah.
I love that. So do I.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have the best time. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you. I'm so hyped.
Aí falou assim, não, já que vai começar, tem meia hora ainda pro evento, bora lá. Foi isso que eles falaram, viu?
What are you most looking forward to seeing here today? I am looking
O
forward
que tu achando dessa demora? Não, eu achei meio estranho, porque eles já podiam ter começado e colocado o evento logo de cara, revelar logo tudo. Pois é, o pessoal tá reclamando muito aqui. E aí? Como diz, eu já podia ter começado o evento, mas eles ficam tendo que botar essas imagens aqui do estúdio, né? A outra também confirmou. Uhum. Outra trilha sonora. Mexe.
Listen, we got Courage, huge creator, but we also have 3 incredible pro players, ex-pro player, but amazing creator as well coming out through here. Modern Warfare 2, this is huge for you guys. And for
E aí, o que vocês estão achando aí do evento aí? Estão gostando da estrutura?
What do you want out of this big game? Because this is massive for you guys.
I'm a simple guy when it comes to Call of Duty. I just want to see the best.
Um jogo que eu fui desde que eu era pequeno, eu jogava ali muito virtual. Também. Bom, eu sou o segundo mais novo aqui e os caras aqui não são tão bons quando parece.
I think it's going to be the perfect mix of both. Some good maps, some good fun. I get to
Bom
beat him
mapa.
for another year, and I get to hopefully beat his team. Lost by 1 round recently at the big one, so hopefully a good year ahead.
Yep. Cool.
Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I'm just looking for good maps. I mean, I want to see just a different variety of maps. I think it'd be really cool. And we could switch it up between fast and slow. I just want to see some creativity in the map, so that's what I'm looking for.
Go on, get out of here.
Thank you so much.
Ah, Maria, tô morrendo de fome. Follow the Call of Duty in Twitter, hashtag podcast and sweeps spectators for change one of the 6 pair of the shoes e do custom of the shoes. Ah, tá mandando seguir no Twitter. Tweetar a hashtag Coordination também para ter a chance de ganhar um de 6 pares dessa coleção de tênis Call of Duty Shoes. Os caras querem twittar, os caras querem subir essa tag aí do Twitter e no código aí, né? Amanhã, rapaz, é que eu boto aí.
What?
17 minutos, rapaziada. Pré-registro aí, ó. Quem quiser fazer o pré-registro, ainda dá tempo, hein? É isso, 15 minutos, rapaziada. 15 minutos fora. Ele tá quanto minutos de delay aqui? Chegando em 15 minutos. E estamos. 2, 1. 6 minutos de delay. 6 segundos.
What are you most excited to see here today?
Moço, fala baixo aí, cara, por
Being able
favor.
to see a lot of people who played online together finally in the same area after everything that's gone on and being able to get back together, like that's going to be a really fun time for people to be able to like see each other across the way.
Like.
There's a lot happening. There's a lot being revealed. You guys are getting that inside scoop on it. But we've got Warzone 2.0. We've got multiplayer. So much going on. What is your game? What is your game on COD? You know, what are you looking forward to?
So I'm a huge multiplayer
So,
search
então,
and destroy fan.
entendi,
So
então.
a little bit different than most people here. They play mainly Warzone. Not that great at Warzone, but search and destroy, quick scoping, that's my thing.
Okay, we love to hear that. And what about you?
Also, search and destroy. That's how we met.
Awesome.
Yeah, search and destroy all day.
Awesome. As meia hora mais longa do mundo foi essa aqui. BR, cara, botou BR aqui. Trilhazinha do Warzone. Opa. Ah, Zé, o pre-order e Open Beta. Early Access PlayStation, olha, ó, setembro, do dia 16 e 17, né? Quem fazer a pré-order, no caso a pré-venda, né? Vai ter acesso aberto dia 16 e 17 de setembro, como sempre, PlayStation. A Sony aí tem as suas vantagens, né? Dia 18 vai ser a beta para todos os PlayStation, né? Que tá aqui é o primeiro PlayStation. E na semana 2, que no caso aqui é na primeira semana, né? Vai ser para PlayStation. Primeiro para quem tem, para quem comprar, né? A pré-venda vai ter prioridade 16 e 17. E depois, né? Nas outras semanas, dia 22, dia 23 para Xbox. E depois dia 24 para todo mundo aí, até acabar o evento.
So of course here for Modern Warfare 2, so many different things that you're going to be able to test out here today. What are you looking forward to the most?
I'm most looking forward to find out more information about Warzone 2 and the future of the franchise. I think that Warzone has really helped adapt to a casual audience, whereas the CDL has been growing the more competitive side of things. And I just want them to see them, you know, be able to refine it, come in with Ricochet this time, not have any of the issues we did with Verdansk, and really be able to, you know, just start running this time.
As we look ahead to Warzone 2, do you have any favorite memories on Warzone?
On Warzone 1, oh yeah, I have some great ones. The end of Verdansk was probably one of my favorite things. I did my first subathon. It was 7 days straight, and we covered the whole thing, from the Easter eggs and all the things that told us what was going to happen, to seeing the nuke actually explode. And I don't know if anybody keeps up with Modern Warzone, but I had been saying since Verdansk came out that it was going to be blown up by a nuke. So to see it happen was just euphoric for me.
Well, I can't wait to see if your predictions come true for this next game as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oito minutos, rapaziada. Bora lá, rapaziada. O pessoal que tá chegando agora aí, se inscreve aí, pra dar aquela força, né? Tá a cobertura completa aí do evento aí, Call of Duty Nest. E é isso, rapaziada. Se inscreva no canal se não for inscrito aí, pra estar acompanhando aí todas as notícias aí de Warzone Mobile e Call of Duty Mobile.
Obviously, new iteration of the game. We're expecting so many different things coming out to play here. What do you expect out of this new game? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to the Call of Duty polished feel you expect, especially from Infinity Ward. I think that was my favorite part of Modern Warfare 2019, was just how smooth everything felt. I love the field upgrades. I'm wondering if they potentially added any more. And at the end of the day, they've already teased earlier today the brand new Gunsmith 2.0. I want to see what type of crazy weapons we can come up with. I cannot wait to just lay the smackdown on all the Call of Duty League pros that are here. They're all absolute noobs. I'm looking forward to today.
E desse pra áudio pelo Facebook. Valeu, meu irmão. Tamo junto. Se inscreve aí no canal e deixa o like aí. Pra não tá perdendo aí as notícias e novidades aí de Call of Duty Mobile que vai estar chegando aí no canal aí. Vamos ter aí uma pessoa assistindo. Esse rapaziada aí. Seis minutos, rapaziada. 6 minutos.
Alright, Swag, so good to have you guys in the building. Of course, we have Modern Warfare 2 coming up. You're going to get a chance to get on the sticks and play it. How are you feeling about this brand new title?
Really good, man. I mean, MW2, the name
really
itself,
good.
So much hype around it, and it is so exciting to play a game. Infinity Ward is my favorite company to make the game, so I'm super excited.
Esse cara, Infinity Ward, é das maiores produtores tipo, de jogo. É melhor pra ele a Infinity Ward.
I'm feeling good. I'm super excited. This is the first Call of Duty event,
we said, this is our first ever event, so this is really new to us. Really exciting. I don't know what to expect, but I'm just ready to play. You know what I mean?
Any favorite memories from the original Modern Warfare 2 that anyone wants to share?
I remember the first nuke I ever got was on the map Estate, and I was hype. I was like 13 years old. Silence ACR going crazy.
Se lembrou da primeira nuke que ele fez, foi louco demais quando ele.
I mean, I didn't play it either. I went back and played it, but it was already too late.
It can be a more recent memory.
I'll tell you what though. Alright.
Dá meu microfone aqui, guerreiro.
Well, I do know we're going to have a kick-ass campaign coming in. So what do you expect out of a good campaign? So if you're a campaign guy, what do you look for?
I don't know. I just played it. The missions were fire, so I just want fire missions again. I ain't gonna lie. Wasn't that the one we had to crawl and be secretive or something like that?
I always love the sniper missions where you gotta be like.
It was really dope.
Love that. We'll tell you
Nada,
what.
o que ele achou da campanha?
Go enjoy it. Get on the sticks, and we'll catch up with you later to see how you feel about it. Thanks, guys.
4 minutos, rapaziada.
Alright, well we get to see multiplayer and Warzone 2.0. What are you expecting? What are your big expectations from this new iteration of Warzone?
Perguntou qual como que ele tá, a expectativa aí depois do play.
And I liked in Verdansk how it was like a lot of buildings, so I'm hoping to see a lot of like buildings for like building fights because I'm a close range player, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Um minuto, rapaziada. 1 minuto. Minutes. Quinze segundos, rapaz. 15 segundos. Tá como aqui, rapaziada? 1000 aqui. 3, 2, 1. Começou, rapaziada. Olha aí. The Future, futuro. Call of Duty. Begins now, começa agora. Call of Duty, não leio, não consegui ver. Warzone 2.0. Warzone Mobile, Warzone Mobile, ó. Gameplay do Warzone Mobile. Yes, sir. Caraca, tô me arrupiando aqui. Que isso? Call of Duty NES.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Call of Duty Next. I am Johanna Ferris, the General Manager of Call of Duty, and I am
Pô, não tem legenda aqui não, cara. Aí tu quebra firme aqui.
not only for the highly anticipated upcoming release of Modern Warfare 2, but a very significant moment for the future of the entire Call of Duty franchise. You see, over the last several years, we've experienced explosive and dynamic growth, and we've learned a ton along the way. And those learnings have fueled our ambition to deliver a wholly new, elevated player experience. One focused
Olha os caras levantando lá
on
atrás.
more fun and innovation, but also
Então, se não for BR, tá errado ali.
Call of Duty community than ever before. So just know that what we shared today across Modern Warfare 2, our brand new Warzone 2.0 experience coming later this fall, and our designs to bring Warzone to mobile for players on the go are all certainly big news. But it's just the first chapter of a very bold, long-term vision that we carry to take Call of Duty to even higher heights in the years to come. Ultimately, though, we know that you, our players and fans around the world, will be the judge of all that. And it's why we are thrilled to be doing this on the eve of our Modern Warfare 2 beta, and to be here live in person with more than 200 of the biggest streamers and creators in all of gaming. They will finally get their hands on the true star of the show.
Oh, hi, Ashley. Não,
So let's get right into it.
Ashley tá num boletão azul, parece.
To introduce, alongside me, Patrick Kelly, co-studio head of Infinity Ward and the executive creative director of Call of Duty. Pat, welcome.
Thank you, Johanna. It's so exciting to be here with all of you. It's been such a journey to get to this point. You know, on the franchise, I always get asked by people, or regularly get asked by people, what are the areas you focused on improving, or what are the areas you innovated on? We worked on improving and innovating on every area of the game. It always comes back to gameplay. Gameplay is king.
Por que eu não coloquei legenda, mano, isso aqui?
Things like third person. Things like where we've innovated in the space of Battle Royale. We've got an all-new mode in DMZ that has large player counts along with massive player counts of AI. And it goes on and on and on. We've got mobile connected with progression and everything else across all of the games. And it just goes on and on. But you know what? it all comes back to one thing. It comes
É
back to
aqui,
fun.
filho. Olha essa câmera aqui.
Everything we do is in the service of fun. Whether you're a hardcore player or a casual player, whether you are somebody who likes to play with your friends or you like to play alone, wherever you play it, be it on console or PC or mobile, however you play, whether you're a camper or a slayer, we've tried to think about fun for you. And hopefully today you're going to see that and play that, and fun is what you come away with.
Absolutely. You know, fun is definitely what we're going to be heavily focused on. And I'm particularly excited about some of the social features that are coming as part of this launch. Things like proximity chat, a new gulag twist. There's definitely going to be instances where players will interact not only with their own squads, but maybe
Que isso? Eu pensei que a mão aqui era lá atrás de mim aqui.
in pretty fresh ways. We've already seen some hilarious interactions, in fact, during play sessions.
Ó, os caras ali, ó.
Wait to see how these new ways
Estão na interface do game ali.
Now, Pat, what can you tell us about weapons?
Oh, wow. So
Não, tem de ver a interface ali, hein?
completely innovated in the area of connecting you, the player, to your instance in the game, making you feel more in the game. And I guess you can think about it as starting out with the camera. The camera represents your eyes, right? So connecting the camera to your body, we've done that with some inverse kinematics and some physics and other things like that. We've connected then the body to the hands on the gun, again, with some sophisticated inverse kinematics. We've connected the gun with the actual bullets coming out of it. So now, wherever that gun is pointed, however it's pointed, the bullets are coming out of it exactly from the barrel. There's no disconnect there. And that's before I even get into what we've done with the new gunsmithing and how you build your weapons and the platforms, etc.
O Steph ali.
You're going to play it, and I hope you'll love it like we do.
All right, well, we've taken up enough time, but before they kick us off the stage, can we tell them about raids?
Yes, thank you. So with the beginning of Modern Warfare 2, and then shortly after that, Warzone 2.0, and then very shortly after that, for the first time ever, we're going to release a raid in Call of Duty. It's a very different kind of gameplay. It's very intense. We think it's very fun.
Rapaz, bicho, é uma estrutura muito louca, né, que eles fazem, porque... E bem pensado, porque qualquer coisa que eles fizessem que desse errado, o evento não ia começar agora, tá ligado? Você teve que ter tudo feito, né, na medida do possível, os cabos, fio até aí, questão de internet, iluminação.
You'll have an opportunity to do, and believe
É,
me when I
muito
say,
louco.
everyone in the match will know when you're on them and if you prevail at them. So look forward to that.
Big things ahead. And now, before we kick it over to Miles and team to carry the day, we are extremely excited to give you the world premiere of the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer trailer. Thanks again. And
Olha aí agora o multiplayer trailer, hein?
Intel reports Hassan and the cartel forming terrorist cells all over the globe.
Provavelmente ali é um... É o nome daquele... Tá no máximo esse áudio aqui.
But we have each other.
The world is a vampire.
Se quiser mostrar já pode, entendeu? E aí? Ah, tá, obrigado. Não vi metade do trailer já, mano. É, essa bomba, velho, que roubado. Nem o Rainbow Six ali. Nossa. Câmerazinha. Isso é multiplayer, hein, rapaziada. Caraca. A cara da mulher passou bugada ali, ó. O gostzão. Até 4zinha. Aí vai. Warzone. Agora no Warzone, velho. Um drone e bombinha aí, se ele vai ser roubado demais, hein? Um loadout. Suporta bem. Essa porta aí, sabe?
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
We got intel reports of
Acho que eles vão passar do começo porque bugou aí, ficou tudo escuro a tela. A partir daí, se eu não me engano. Isso. Essa parte aí não. Essa parte aí não foi vista não. E o estagiário vai ser demitido, hein? Ah, essa parte aí não foi vista. Só a parte do... Isso, pronto. Só daí para frente que foi visto. Caraca, essa bomba vai ser muito roubada, mano. Talvez vai ser missão pra fazer no... Que isso? O cara virou um balão. P4. Um filme que tinha aquela granada, aquela Velozes e Furiosos, se não me engano. Schmidt. Terceira pessoa? Será que ela é o Warzone em terceira pessoa?
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
The open beta.
And there we go, Call of Duty fans, the trailer so nice. We ran it twice.
Pode ter bugado.
There, everything that makes this franchise so special. We are incredibly excited to be here today. And after that, quite frankly, how can you not be? My name is Miles Ross, and I am so excited to truly be here with a few of the members of the Infinity Ward team who are bringing Modern Warfare 2 to life. Guys, we have 200 of our friends behind us who are going to be playing and streaming shortly. But before that, we also have Stephanie Snowden, Director of Communications for Infinity Ward, as well as Joe Seeker over the there, Jeff Smith, Multiplayer Design Directors here at Infinity Ward. Guys, first off, how are things evolving from Modern Warfare 2019? I mean, let's start high level because there's a lot to get through today, guys. You saw that trailer. Let's go with the philosophy, Steph. Let's stay high level. What went into the creation of the game?
You said it precisely. There is so much. This game has just so much content. It's got something for everyone, and it's really been the result of 3 years of hard work at IW and our partners across all of the Activision studios. And so much of that work started with you guys at home, the community, the fans, our creators here, and that conversation and feedback from 2019 is really been a core piece of what Modern Warfare 2 is. And it's a dialogue that we hope to, continue, especially here today. Well, we've got so much in store with this MP experience, And people like Jeff and Joe here, who I am honored to work with, and their experience on this franchise, we're in good hands.
Indeed. Okay, so Jeff, well, I don't know where to start anymore. Let's set up what Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer is all about, and let's stay high level for now, because there's a lot of details, friends, juicy details.
Sure. I mean, you know, when you come into making a sequel, it can be kind of tricky. You know, what do you keep from the previous game? What do you get rid of? And where can you add new things in and not mess up this kind of nicely balanced ecosystem that we had? And so we came up with a few methods, one of them being player behaviors. And I say behaviors and not play styles. I think a lot of people will say play styles, but that can kind of change during a match. But behaviors are more ingrained in how players play. And we just put them into 3 big groups. We call them rushers, which are just aggressive players. They just want to find the action and go. And then we have sentinels, and these are defensive players. They want to just kind of hold down a building, maybe keep a little overwatch. And then we have stalkers, which are reactive, and they kind of hang back and try to read the field and read where spawns are. And really, we just kind of use these as filters to keep us honest with the content that we're making, so that we're making enough toys and equipment for players to be successful playing our game.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Stephanie, what are some of the new features coming to multiplayer, some of the new stuff that you're most excited to talk about?
Oh boy, there are a ton of new features to dive into with this game, but we really pushed forward even the most fundamental aspects of what makes a Call of Duty game with Modern Warfare 2, and it's been really amazing for me to come on board this past year and see these innovations coming to life, to hear Jeff jump into, you know, breaking down the 1v1. And personally for me,
Achei que vai ser os temas que eles vão falar ali.
we love water. It's really hard to make in games. But the aquatic combat, some of the things you're able to do with vehicles in the water, I think that level of immersion is really going to speak to fans and has been something that I've really enjoyed playing the last couple months.
Aquatic combat. Steph loves to swim. Joe,
sure
can we go into some details about our water-based adventures in MW2?
Yeah, I mean, last game we really wanted to add water, and we knew we didn't have time, right? So in Verdansk, we froze the rivers and we made the outskirts just to kill trigger. In this game, as soon as we started Modern Warfare 2, we leaned into water, both visually, beautiful caustics, there's waves with white caps, but we also, the gameplay side, ballistics underwater.
Ninguém vai usar aquilo ali, né? Aquela mira ali.
Pistol is your weapon underwater, otherwise you can't use your primary weapons. But it's also a nice cover or evasion mechanic. If you're getting shot at,
Foi a campanha. Caraca, olha essa qualidade.
It gets murkier. Like the farther you are from something.
O cara tá na Disney ali, aquele cara ali.
It's been super fun for us
to tiro de silenciador.
And really flex on what water could be.
O silenciador, rapaziada, ele não tanca todo o tiro não, tipo assim, ele não silencia tudo não.
Filtered, like, how does it work through water? Like, we had to look at everything in the game and say, how does it work in water? What's the best version?
Our vehicles will just slowly submerge. Yeah, really would, instead of blinking out.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah,
a lot of details.
The behaviors are awesome.
Oh my God! Well, I can't quite wait to literally, dip my toes into those waters. But guys, let's not forget about the ground and the air. Like, I mean, what else is going to be coming to the movement system, Joe? What do we got?
Well, you know, last game we did mount, and we had slide, and even though we're a military shooter, fluid movement is super important to us. So this game, as you saw in the trailer, you can see here on the video, we have a new ledge hang mechanic, and that's essentially a high mantle. But instead of doing a high mantle and throwing yourself up over into combat, you can now
na campanha, com certeza, que esse aí. E eu acredito que não vai funcionar muito bem não. Não, mas talvez sim, né? Porque dependendo se não fazer tanto barulho, vai funcionar muito bem.
But the other really cool thing is it dives
just teve slide ali, pô.
Through a window, and so if you throw a grenade up into a
Não
building,
vai ser
often you'll see players, you know, like rats leaving a ship, diving out through the windows, and it's
teve
just another option for players in combat.
Yeah, and all of these dynamic movements mean you can interact with vehicles specifically in a very cool way. I'm going to save some of that gas for when we get to Warzone 2.0, but it's really exciting.
All right, vehicle details to come. But now, guys, let's talk about equipment. Obviously, Call of Duty, crazy sandbox, a lot of cool toys to play with. Joe, what are some of the new dynamite new items that we're going to be throwing at each other and equipping and using in all sorts in the next game?
I mean, you saw some cool stuff in the trailer. You saw the drill charge. You saw the shock stick. One of the other cool ones you saw is the inflatable decoy. And this is a mine that you can throw out, and it basically sits there. And if a player gets close to it, it auto-deploys and basically inflates like a car airbag going off.
Tipo uma trap, né?
That triggered it. And so it's a great distraction technique. You can
Uma
also fire it off
trapzinha.
with a clacker if you want to control.
Ele tá com vitiligo ali, velho. Até no jogo os caras botaram isso.
The DDoS. We added all this equipment into this game, and the
Oh.
DDoS is our kind of answer of like, hey, I'm going to breach this building. I want to go clean house, but I don't want to deal with all the shit inside. So I'm going to hit the DDoS. Boom! It's going to shut down everything, and I can move in, and clear that room.
A câmerazinha
So the
ali.
heartbeat sensor is back. It's got a new look, but it also has a battery as a balancing mechanic, so you can't use it indefinitely in Warzone. And there's so
This is
much.
the TAC cam
Esse
too.
vídeo vai ser um jogo que vai ter muito Intel, hein?
My personal favorite.
You can put
Provavelmente, como essa Intel é roubada ali, tu pode estar colocando no lugar ali.
it gets a little crazy.
Yeah, kind of like a
Praticamente que ninguém não vai estar vendo. Eu acho que ela vai ser muito caro. Se você tá usando ela, você vai ter que abrir mão de alguma coisa muito boa na sua arma para estar usando ela.
So many toys and new tools that we just want players to get in and play with. I think there's something like 13 field upgrades, between Warzone and Core MP, and it's pretty awesome.
Oh my god. Until they all get DDoS. All this talk about equipment, it reminds me, I mean, that's one element to look at now, but we've also got Gunsmith, brand new Gunsmith. Guys, what can you tell me about it, and how will it change the way that we level our weapons and manage them? I mean, what's going on there?
Yeah, so the new Gunsmith allows players to build out their weapons more smoothly than ever before. We put out some videos yesterday for the Intel drop. I hope people dig into those if you want a better look at Gunsmith 2.0. But we're really looking at unprecedented opportunities for weapon customization. And the new weapon platforming will actually allow players to unlock universal attachments through cross progression. So we saw a lot of really positive feedback from the community yesterday. This is sort of intended to, decrease the grind. You're no longer unlocking every single attachment for every single weapon. There will be some shared attachments through progression. And I'm really excited to see the streamers and the content creators jump into this today. I know we all love the gun bench from 2019, so it's exciting.
This does sound amazing. So we've been hearing a little bit about weapon platforms and shared attachments. This is very, very cool stuff. Can you dive into those details, though, Joe? I mean, what can we expect?
Yeah, I can add a little bit of what Stephanie said. We had this vision last game with Gunsmith, and we were like, okay, what if you could take an assault rifle and you could make it an SMG? And that was our driving kind of like motivator for that system. And we kind of hit that. You could take it functionally through attachments, but the weapon name wouldn't change, and we couldn't change the receiver. And really, that's the key thing this game is you can go into Gunsmith, you can set up an AK-47 assault rifle with a thermal optic, with a suppressor, with a grip. And then you can say, you know what, I want to change up the playstyle of this gun. You can swap out the receiver to the AK-74U, make it an SMG, but you can keep that optic, that suppressor, that grip, they all come with. And to what Stephanie said, we have shared attachments within these platforms. We have branching progression. You unlock those guns by playing with other guns. And then we have shared attachments across all guns. And it's all to hit this vision of I'm building up an arsenal of weapons and an arsenal of attachments. I'm sitting down to my gun bench, and I'm going to make the perfect weapon for me.
I think maybe the simplest way to think about it is a gun tree, and each time you hit a branch, that's a receiver, and they grow out of that.
Yeah, and that's we wanted to ground that in reality. Functionally, a receiver is based in that changing the weapon type, and I think it provides a really seamless experience for players looking to build out the perfect weapon for a multitude of play styles. So you're going to be able to jump into that platform and customize however you want for situational combat. And you're actually going to see the FJX Cinder weapon vault in action today, which is the entirely unlocked Platform 1, the M4, the Mic 4. And the weapon vault maintains its aesthetic properties across all corresponding attachments. So we've heard you talk about the Frankenprint. This is our answer. It's an extremely rare. This is a huge, project for our teams to design these, but it is the ultimate weapon blueprint. And even better, you can unlock the entire Cinder weapon vault with the Vault Edition of Modern Warfare 2. Playable in beta.
Available in beta, so we can rock with that thing all weekend long. Okay, so Gunsmith looks incredible. Okay, I'm excited. I cannot wait to get into this one soon. Our streamers are going to get into this one soon as well. But first, guys, we need to hear about maps and modes. We've got our tools to play with, equipment, weapons, maps and modes, though. Let's get into this one. Let's get into the design team, the philosophy, I suppose, behind building out maps. Jeff, this is for you.
Yeah, you know, right from the start, we knew we wanted to build another big map, not only for Battle Royale, but also for this other mode that we've been working on for quite a long time.
I read about that on the internet.
Ah, yes.
But, you know, when you lay out these big maps, it's kind of a collection of all these little POIs, these points of interest. And within each of these, we've really fine-tuned that they can play large-scale core modes like Ground War, and a bunch of others really well. And so, you know, stepping back from this large map and looking at how much open world sandboxy gameplay that we have, we looked back at our 6v6 maps and really tried to refine and make them a tighter experience to contrast all this big world kind of exploratory gameplay. So the maps for 6v6, in comparison to the last game, they're just a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more refined, and I think fans will really enjoy how quick they play.
That sounds...
A lot of diversity in those maps as well. A lot of visual variety, some colorful maps in there, and I think they feel really clean.
Guys, you're moving me in ways I didn't imagine to be moved today. Excellent stuff.
Cry?
I might. Hey, it's the first time for everything here on air. We've got some of the maps that we are going to be seeing in MW2. Starting with one, we've got a real fun one here, guys. This is one of the aforementioned battle maps. Team, can you give me some details on Sarif Bay?
So Sarif Bay is this little fishing town in the south coast of our big map, and we picked this because it has such a great mix of gameplay. It's right on a harbor, so we get to show off all our boats and our new amphibious APC, and, you know, swimming, as we've already said. But what you get inside the town is this really intense urban combat with all these tight little alleyways and all this great rooftop combat. And mixed with our ledge hang, you get these really cool parkour combat action happening.
Yeah, I love how you describe the rooftops there on this map specifically as like a separate ecosystem. You can kind of migrate that entire vertical.
You can go up there and just hang out and fight other snipers.
All right, well, that looks fantastic. Jeff, okay, so that's one of our larger maps. What about some of the 6v6 maps? I think we have some footage of one of the new maps that we're going to be seeing today, named Mercado Las Almas. Do you mind giving us some details on this one?
Sure. Mercado is a little market in a historic section in Mexico. Our story behind this is, you know, the authorities have some intel that narcotics are being smuggled out of a warehouse, and they're going in trying to find and seize them. This map plays really fast and a lot of action right down that center lane. The Mercado is a very dangerous neck of the woods, so watch out when you're playing in the beta. It plays fast.
Cannot wait, really cannot wait. Looks fantastic, and again, interesting to see you know, how that ties into campaigns and whatnot. All sorts of fun and games ahead of us. Looks amazing. Battle maps, core maps, 6v6, all this looks fantastic. But let's go back to modes. So we've seen some maps. What about the modes being played on battle maps? We will have the return of Ground War, but we've got a new large-scale mode that you've alluded to, right? Let's talk Invasion.
So Invasion is it's a big war map. It's Big War TDM, or we affectionately call it the shipment of Ground War. It's 20v20 players, but there's also 20 AI on each team. And it's this high action mode.
Tinha modo de invasão. O objetivo é eliminar os inimigos, né?
You know, they're taking C. You can kind of play it how you want to play it. You sit up on a rooftop and snipe. You can grab a shotgun and go room clearing. If you push too far into the enemy's base, AI will come hunt you. But we've also been really conscious of where we put AI in multiplayer. We didn't put AI in kill streaks or anything like that because we don't want AI showing up in search and destroy. We don't want AI in domination. This mode, though, however, was built for AI, and it's a super fun mode. Can't wait for people to try it.
Kind of a funny aside, you know, we took the name Ground War from a playlist in MW2, and that was just large-scale TDM and DOM. And we kind of did the DOM in the last game, and now we're able to add kind of the sandbox TDM, and so we're kind of completing the cycle of that old playlist.
Yeah.
Well, this large-scale stuff looks amazing. This looks so awesome. And okay, so what about the new 6v6 modes? Let's keep dialing it in closer and closer. Steph, what have we got?
Yeah, so we also have 2 new 6v6 modes that you're going to be seeing here played today, and they will be in beta in Prisoner Rescue and
Prisoner Rescue. Okay, let's go into Prisoner Rescue first, Joe.
So,
Prisioneiro recluso. Localize, né, os 6 inimigos de defesa. Para localizar, né, e defender o refém.
When you pick them up, you
Ah,
enter
os
what's
caras vão
called a wounded
ficar
carry,
respawnando
where they're
e
up on your
vindo
shoulders,
tentar
you
pegar
can't
o
use
refém.
your primary weapons. Instead, you have to use a pistol if you brought it, or you're just stuck with fists. But the way that we give the attackers an
Vai
advantage
ser um Overwatch da vida.
is they get a radar sweep
Porque
for
em
their
vez de um
teams.
carro
They
andando,
call
vai ser um
out where
cara
the
pra tu
defenders
pegar
are.
ele nas costas e ir arrastando.
And the objective icon over the prisoner goes away as soon as they scoop them up. So now the defenders have to basically rotate back to the exfil and set up defensive positions. And it's this heart-pounding, adrenaline-pushing like mode once you grab that prisoner and try and get them out.
Isso vai demandar muita apoio do time, né? Comunicação, porque se caso o refém cair, né? O cara for morto, né? Os caras vão estar protegendo ali o refém, né? Pra vocês não pegar ali, né? E aí, como o cara morre e respawna,
It was a lot of fun.
vai ter que fazer um limpa, né?
Incredibly fun, and I know the community is going to love
O
diving
cara
into
que tá
it next
protegendo o
week.
refém nos caras e pegar e tocar pra frente de novo, mas senão
Content to get through, but there's one more thing I have
não
to bring
tiver
up. I have the
comunicação com o
honor
time, o pessoal vai morrer
officially
fácil
announcing
demais.
the third-person view is finally coming to Modern Warfare 2. What are the details behind this one? We got a little teaser of it on stage from Patro, but what are the details?
Yeah, you saw a little hint of it in the trailer too. It's been a pet project for us, right? We've always wanted to do third person, and all while we're working on all this other stuff, we've been kind of lifting up and doing third person in each mode. And the cool thing is that it's a modifier on our game, right? We can just turn on third person. In the beta, we're playing it in Hardpoint, but we want to try it post-launch in S&D. We want to try it in VR, and we have.
Era uma coisa que não tinha, né, terceira pessoa. Vão adicionar, né, fazer tipo o Fortnite lá que adicionou o modo sem construção. Você tem que adicionar pra ver como é que o pessoal vai reagir, né, a isso. A pessoa Fortnite com modo terceira pessoa ou primeira pessoa. Primeira pessoa sem construção, eu acho que seria uma boa de fazer isso.
How is this just a taste? How can there be even more? I mean,
we haven't even got to Warzone yet.
Okay. So what about this year's third mode?
So I'm happy to say that Special Ops will return as our third mode and will be focused on 2-player missions, asymmetrical in game design. So think 1 player on air support, 1 player on the ground. And I think the OG fans will be really excited because we've looked at, some of the iconic Modern Warfare missions like Overwatch and really tried to implement some of those themes into the design. So we'll be talking more about Special Ops in the months to come.
Steph, you're saying I should be looking now for a Special Ops partner.
Sitting right next to you.
Yes, you are indeed. Well, I'm all set then, Stephanie. I do believe we have one more surprise for PlayStation players out there. What's that?
Indeed we do. Let's roll the clip.
Acho que aqui vai ser os bônus aí de quem fizer a pré-ordem aí pro PlayStation. PlayStation Exclusive, é isso mesmo. Exclusivo pro PlayStation.
I will ascend. Blade or bullet, fist or bow, spear, stone or arrow. These are merely tools. I am the one to fear.
Eu digital only PlayStation and good. Só pra PlayStation.
Fix your mind.
PlayStation players will receive an exclusive operator, Oni. Oni is a warrior and gun for hire, descended from centuries-old samurai clan and torn between country and family, just like me. This is such an awesome-looking operator, guys. Oni is going to be playable on day 1 for all who pre-ordered through the PlayStation Store. Plus, he comes with a high-level weapon blueprint, playable in multiplayer and Warzone 2.0. Steph, badass.
Oni is awesome. I myself am a PlayStation player, and so I will be becoming Oni main day 1 for this game. And it's been really awesome to see our narrative team building out his lore, really bringing this operator to life with the creation of his backstory, his motives. And I think the art team absolutely crushed it with this skin. He is so cool looking.
All right, Stephanie, we keep talking about all the things that we have to look forward to, but we are missing quite a big one here. We're missing the start of the beta. So for anyone who wants to get an early first-hand look at Modern Warfare 2, and trust me, you definitely want to, it is immediately available around the corner. For PlayStation players who pre-order any version, early access to the open beta starts tomorrow. So make sure you are preloading right now. Now also check out your screens.
Para todos os dispositivos e das plataformas vai ser de dia 24 até dia 26, aí 3 dias para o pessoal testar aí. E o pessoal que fazer o acesso antecipado aí, né? Vai ter mais cedo ali dia 16, né, para PlayStation e dia 23 para 2023 para o Xbox e PC.
Cool swag. And don't forget that if you digitally pre-order Modern Warfare 2, you also get up to a week early of campaign access. So wait, campaign a week early. All right, folks. I hope you enjoyed that first look at Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. Don't forget, you're going to get to see it live and in action in a few short minutes to our crazy set of streamers here, 200 plus here, and ready to rock and roll. But first,
agora, eu tô dizendo
to show off
quem tiver a edição digital, né, do jogo, ter acesso à campanha.
Brought to you by Mountain Dew, official drink of Modern Warfare 2. Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 2. HyperX, official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. Play like a pro on the big screen with 144Hz VRR and AMD FreeSync, now on TCL 6 Series TVs. Prime Gaming. Visit gaming.amazon.com today and start claiming your free content.
It's about to be a classic. We have 200 creators here on site, marching down the green carpet with one mission in mind: to be the first players to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
This one you're gonna have to do. And there is so much in this game. There is almost too much.
This is like one of those days where I enter and my hopes are so high.
And what are you looking forward to most when it comes to Warzone 2?
Prisoner rescue.
I'm looking forward to using that inflatable soldier decoy to mess a lot of players.
Kill streaks, I think.
I'm honestly here just to learn as much as I can to prep for Old Men of Optic, because those guys are very old now.
So maybe some OG maps coming back.
A map that everyone can play.
Honestly, give me a broken shotgun.
What's your favorite game mode and Mountain Dew flavor combo?
Search and destroy Code Red.
Capture the flag, Code Red.
If I'm going hard with the boys on a long night at S&D and I'm trying to get some nasty in-game comms, I'm drinking Baja Blast all night.
Terminal or high rise?
Easy terminal.
Ooh, terminal. Most people have terminal nostalgia.
Terminal.
Terminal, 100%.
I just replayed that recently and I realized that spawn trapping is horrendous.
Easy. Strike.
High rise.
High rise.
Terminal.
What's your favorite flavor of Mountain Dew?
I've grown up on Code Red, so it's still Code Red for me.
Honestly, I like the basic one, just Mountain Dew itself.
Dang, I was gonna pick Code Red too.
Can I get a second one?
All right.
Baja Blast.
Starting October 17th, unlock dual double XP, COD points, and also an exclusive Mountain Dew skin in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 when you buy specifically marked Mountain Dew.
You thinking you getting me? Is you kidding me? Ripping everything that I'm seeing and never show you.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. The Mountain Dew green carpet. God damn, it was beautiful. A lot of fun people out there, everyone having a good time, and some incredibly well-dressed people out there, and some definitely not. Sweaty t-shirts abound. But here we go. Welcome back to Call of Duty Next, friends. We promised it was coming up, and now the wait is over. It is time to talk about Warzone 2.0. We got a glimpse of some Warzone 2.0 in the multiplayer reveal trailer earlier today, and it does look awesome. However, we need some true experts to help out. Back at the desk here, we have got Stephanie Stone, Joe Seacott is joining us, but of course, welcome Jack O'Hara, game director at Infinity Ward. Joe, how are we feeling? We ready to party here? I mean, this is a lot. We need to know everything. Warzone 2.0. Stephanie, the world cannot wait.
It feels crazy for me to be up here revealing Warzone 2.0. I ended up at IW as a fan of the game, and so this moment is absolutely bananas for me. But Warzone 2.0 is everything that we loved about the original Warzone, right? Where it's based on the same experience that we all had, that fun, all of those moments, and it's a return to shared tech across the universe for Modern Warfare 2, and that's going to create a really streamlined player experience. And I think the key innovations that we discussed for multiplayer, those all exist across Warzone 2.0 as well. So we're bringing it back. It's all connected. It's the same world, and I think the players are going to love it.
Oh my good God. Real excited about this one. Again, there's a lot in this one, Jack. Where do we go from here?
So MW2 and Warzone 2 have been developed side by side since the beginning, right? Since we started down this road, and they're part of the same universe. Like Stephanie said, they share the same mechanics, the same weaponry, even more than that. But the centerpiece of all this, of course, is the new map that we've been working on since 2020 with teams across the globe. It brings together our philosophies on map design, it brings together new technologies in order to do it, and lots of artwork to make it happen. And we've learned so much from players experiencing Verdansk and playing in Verdansk over the first few years of Warzone. And we're really excited for them to land in Al Mazrah with their squad. There's a wide variety of points of interest for players to explore in this map, and we're really looking forward to seeing everybody in there.
Well, here we go, a brand new map to explore and traverse. I cannot wait. Stephanie, let's take a look.
That's right, Miles. Welcome to Al Mazrah. This is our new map for Warzone 2.0. It is a really interesting mix of geography. It is expansive desert settings with a mix of industrial areas, towns, a city, and of course water. It looks way better on this screen than it did on Twitter. But you're gonna find a lot of really cool elevation, rocky peaks, caves, subterranean spaces. This map is beautiful, and it's actually the biggest VR map that we've ever made. And I am so excited for all of our streamers here to jump into Al Mazrah later today.
It's huge. Look at the size of the thing. Okay, so that was a big picture, and it's a great way to see it from a sort of top-down layout. But let's take a better look at some of these points of interest.
So when we set out to create these spaces, the team works to make it feel like a real space, right? So that there's infrastructure in between all the different, what we call points of interest along the map. And if you're paying attention, you might even see a few that seem pretty familiar out there as well. And so as the team works through these, they're trying to find some variety on each point of interest to make them something that the player will want to drop in and get the particularity of that single point of interest and find the place that they want to drop and where they want to play, whether it be a high elevation observatory at the center of the map, whether it be the big city that's up the top right, and whether they want to explore that, or whether they want to work in some of our POIs where we have water intersecting with geometry here. So we have in this one...
Ooh, that looks familiar.
That does seem familiar. And there's a river system that goes through all of this. So you'll be able to catch in a boat and drive between the different POIs. Here's one of our favorites, Sawa Village, which is...
That's my favorite.
Colloquially called Sunken Town.
I mean, I love to swim, so you find me there.
Absolutely.
I'm curious what you guys think, Jack and Joe, on what the hot drop will be today, right? We've been talking about this the last couple of days. This is our first time seeing other people who are not us play Warzone 2.0, and so I'm just very curious where you think everyone's gonna immediately drop today.
I think some people are gonna drop to Observatory just to go back to home, you know, go have some fun.
They're coming home.
It's always nice, you're moving through the map and you kind of hit a spot and you're like, wait
I've been here before.
I know what this is. You have all these flashbacks.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuggets in there for some old Modern Warfare fans.
Yeah, I'll say Corey. I think that's gonna pop off.
I think people will land around the edge so they stay in as long as possible in this match. But
smart.
We have some news for our edge of the map players coming up.
Ooh, all right, guys. Well, the map looks absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to watch our streamers here drop in early in an alpha build later on today. Okay, so moving on to the gameplay, we've got this beautiful space to play in. How do all of these multiplayer elements we've talked about a little bit earlier, how do they fit in Warzone 2.0?
I mean, the super simple answer is all the stuff we talked about in multiplayer, the stuff you saw in the multiplayer trailer, that's all in Warzone, right? It's all integrated. So that tactical camera works in Warzone, that decoy mine works in Warzone. Like, it's all of it's been built from the ground up for both. The slide, the dive, the water, like...
More swimming.
Yeah. Oh. This is a great taste of some of the water combat.
I can't wait to go full Captain Miller, you know, Apocalypse Now coming out of the water, knifing people. I mean, this just looks...
Yeah, the rendering team made some work, so you come out, you're looking all wet.
Yeah.
See the caustics on the bottom.
Yep.
I'm not even sure what caustics are. I have no idea, but it sounds great and it looks incredible.
You can see the armored patrol boat coming by there with its two turrets. There's some cool stuff.
So I'm glad you brought up vehicles. Steph, you touched on vehicles a little bit earlier. What can we talk about? You know, we've seen boats, we've seen tanks, we've seen all sorts. Jack, what have we got?
So we've implemented a new physics and handling model for the vehicles. So some vehicles are heavier, some will slide more, have more traction or less traction. And as you're driving them around and you're encountering them and other squads
Novos veículos de play, novas mecânicas, né? Era de sair pra fora, andar em cima do carro, né? Impossível de acontecer, né? Mas acredito que se eles estão colocando, talvez vai ter vai ser um tanto prejudicial para o cara querer usar isso aí.
Somebody leans out the window and suddenly you get yourself a lot of firepower driving into the POI. Of course, that vehicle needs to survive for quite some time in the map if you want to keep using it to go from point to point. And vehicles will run out of gas, or at least most of them will run out of gas, and then you can bring them to a gas station to fill them up. If your tire's been blown up, you can get out and repair it, or you can bring it to a gas station to get repaired as well. And of course, we've got water vehicles, we've got a small boat, we've got the boat that Joe mentioned with the turret at the front, turret at the back, so you can have that little moment cruising up the river with your whole squad ready to rumble. So yeah, there is so much love that's gone into these vehicles.
You forgot the coolest vehicle.
The coolest vehicle?
The massive helicopter that you can fly around. And it's a moving platform with 3 doors, and you can move a whole squad through the map.
What?
Wreak havoc. It is so cool.
Oh my god.
I mean, the fact that you can lean out of the window, grab your teammates, pile in a vehicle, actually, engage in battle from the window, leaning out, shooting, combat.
Unless somebody blew off your door.
That won't.
That does complicate things, doesn't it?
PTSD from Joe killing me many times in our play tests.
Well, I hope the gas prices in Almaz are okay. I feel like there's a lot going on in Warzone 2.0, and my head is quite frankly spinning. What other massive changes have we got in store? Because it feels like there's so much that's changed. Is it still a gulag? Do we still have circles? Is it still gas? I know there are guns, but do we shoot them? What's happening?
What do you want to jump into first? Stephanie, go.
We've made some pretty sweeping changes, I think, to the high-level components of Warzone 2.0 to continue providing players with both a dynamic and rewarding VR experience. But Warzone 2.0, you're going to hear it over and over again today. It's about fun.
Coloca a legenda.
It's about playing with your friends.
Não tem legenda não, pô.
Friends new and old. Maybe you're making them in game.
Não há
One
legenda.
particular feature that I cannot wait to see streamers engage with will be
E também quando eu tava
so it's coming, it will be in Warzone, and there is
quando eu tava fazendo aqui eu não coloquei legenda no meu, mas eu acho que não ia pegar porque eu acho que ele ia traduzir só o que eu ia falar, entendeu? E como eu tô falando em português, a legenda ia sair em inglês, entendeu?
In looting in Warzone 2.0,
na verdade ele traduzir, né, o que o cara tá falando. E se pegasse a legenda aqui, ia pegar a legenda em inglês. Apesar que seria mais fácil de eu identificar o que eles estavam falando, tá ligado? Mas aí não tem não.
So that's our looting. If you need health items, you can hit a bathroom in a building and there'll be a medicine cabinet, you can open it up.
Eles mostraram um pouco do Warzone Mobile. Como é que tá? Tipo assim, foi muito pouco que eles mostraram. Acho que daqui a pouco eles vão mostrar mais aí.
Of how you loot, and there's this logic applied to looting. You can find toolboxes that'll have grenades and things in them, and you find these other crates that are kind of like it's as if the military that occupied this space came through and dropped off military items. Those crates are always there, so you can
top bicho jogo.
Incredible. This sounds really
exciting. De PC.
Through
que vai ser lançado agora, vai ser lançado.
Hit the gas station, gas up, pick up snacks, pick up ammo and all sorts.
Hey,
so
look.
what about circle mechanics? I mean, this is obviously a huge component of BR's, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, the circle's been a staple of BR's. It's been really hard to move away from it, so we kind of
talked about what we
do to mix things up with the circle.
A save, ele tá mostrando como é que vai funcionar a save zone.
Split, almost like a cell splits into 2, 3, or even 4 circles. And then those circles kind of close down. And what it does is it segregates teams, and you have these micro battles in those circles. And at a certain point, you're like, okay, we've cleared out our circle. We think we're good. And then
vai ser louco agora, ó.
They come back together.
Essa safe aí interessante.
As the circle's moving, you're like gearing up and building.
Porque aí não vai ficar aquele aglomerado de gente, tá ligado? Só num lugar.
So it's another kind of like twist in the gameplay
Vai
that we
ser
feel like is a
top.
cool
Pois é, tu vê, isso é louco demais, pô. E aí corre mais chance de sobreviver do que antes, né?
Alright, so apart from circle splitting, what about the gulag? Is that still around? I mean, there's so much change,
Do
man.
que tu tá ali,
Joe, what do we got?
sei lá, só tu e mais outro cara, né? E um squad por fechado, tá ligado?
The
Olha o New Gulag.
that we have running
Olha o
right now
novo
for
Gulag aí.
people to play is you're not in there alone. You actually have this temporary alliance with another opponent in the map, and you guys, have to work together. And if you can defeat the other team, you can get out. And after that, you guys are enemies again. But for that moment, it's like, all right, we need
Os caras mitaram, pô, porque antes tinha, né? Só que ao invés de era só uma safe, né? Aí tipo ia igual apareceu ali pra próxima safe, só que era só um círculo completo, onde ia todo mundo junto, que tipo, se tivesse 10 caras vivos, ou 10 caras ia vivo pra próxima safe, só que ia ficar um rebuliço todo, aí o cara morria pro cara de costa, o cara roubava kill. Né, morria pra um cara que tava camperando no alto. Desse jeito não, vai dar mais chance e possibilidade do cara viver. Três saves diferentes. Aí sim, quando chegar na próxima save, que é a única aí, geral esses bagaços lá no tiro.
Absolutely. So strongholds are reinforced buildings that the AI is occupying inside Al Mazrah in BR.
Já daqui a pouco eles vão mostrar o Warzone.
Choose whether or not they want to engage with them and assault them to get cool rewards, including
Acho que esse é o mapa. Olha, bicho, a imagem.
We've worked really hard to bringing AI at scale into Warzone 2, and you're going to encounter them in multiple modes in different way. In BR specifically, they're in these strongholds, and if you get to a stronghold, you can find the location of a black
site, which is going
to have even cooler stuff in it, and you can fight your way from one to
inteligência artificial deles tão boa, pô.
You're going to find the AI occupying
Os caras esquivando,
and
deitando.
just kind of protecting different POIs in different ways.
Unreal. Okay, so we've all heard the rumors that Warzone 2.0
E isso vai ser no meio das três ali. Ou talvez no lado ali também. Mas ali como mostrou vai ser no meio mesmo, não vai ser. Ou talvez eu acho que eles vão variar, tá ligado? Mas a última cena no meio das três. Isso é top. Tipo assim, pros caras que vão jogar, né?
DMZ, Call of Duty's Extraction Mode will arrive with Warzone 2.0
at
launch later this year. I played DMZ for the very first time on my first day at IW, and to this day, playing it non-stop.
Se não for o Black Shark pra cima, nem compensa não pra esse jogo aqui não.
So DMZ.
Esse modo DMZ, pô, é tipo aquele modo... aquele jogo que tinha o... Escape from Tarkov, que tu spawnava no mapa, tu não caía de paraquedas nem nada, tu caía no mapa, daí tu tinha que lutear, se tu podia cair com pistola, já podia cair full 3 já, tipo assim, só equipamento bom se tu tivesse no teu, tipo, vamos supor, na tua base, né? Só que aí se o cara te matar, se o cara conseguir te matar com pistola, presta não. Note 11 não presta não. 6 GB de RAM, pô. Não tanca não. Pode até tancar, mas é igual o código. Se tu vê hoje o Call of Duty Mobile, quando ele lançou, meu celular roda ele de boa. Por quê? Porque tinha pouca coisa. Só que com o passar do tempo, o pessoal vai adicionar pasta, vai adicionar skin, aí personagens, roletas, né? Aí isso faz com que o jogo pese mais, pô. Então esse celularzinho de 6 GB de RAM não vai tancar não, pô. Ele vai ser bom ali no início, pô, mas depois da frente, somente 128 GB de RAM. Aí o cara tem que caçar um de 8 GB, 8 e 12 pô, já, pra esse jogo aí. Porque é que eles falaram que vai ser uma nova era pro COD, pô. Tanto pro mobile, né, que vai receber um jogo de porte de PC, quanto para jogos quanto para o próprio PC, né, e console. Pra ter uma ideia, os consoles vão receber agora o FOV, que antes só tinha no PC. O FOV é o que? A tela menor, aí com o FOV a tela aumenta. Vamos supor, aqui tem 80 de FOV.
I cannot wait to see all
Mas
of
falou
you
com
and
4
hopefully
rodar.
more
Não,
of you
pô.
in Al-Mazrah for this
Pode
experience.
rodar, pô. Por quê? Porque eles vão fazer com que o máximo de jogos rode. Mas é igual meu celular, é igual meu PC. Ele vai rodar. Só que não vai rodar um FPS aceitável pra tu ganhar uma gunfight, pô, dos caras, entendeu? Tu chegar numa trocação e tu detonar os caras. Por quê? Por causa da memória RAM. Vai rodar, vai, mas vai rodar 20 FPS, 25. Isso tudo influencia, pô. Entendeu? Pode rodar, né? Mas é igual o COD. Hoje o COD roda no meu PC, né?
Call of Duty next.
Mas aí ele não joga com...
The GMC Hummer EV pickup. The world's first
Mas ele não roda com FPS, tá ligado? Bom.
Intel, built for the next generation
Que seria mínimo 60. Se rodasse a 30 pra mim já tava de boa, entendeu? Mas aí quem roda com 60, 90, né, que é o máximo que os aparelhos conseguem rodar, então tem uma vantagem muito grande. Eu falei, ele vai rodar com a giga de RAM, mas não vai rodar bom, mas essa giga de RAM pô, é bom. É, pô, só que 6 GB de RAM, que nem eu falei. Acho que aqui é o modo DMZ agora que eles vão mostrar. Olha a mulher com vitilígio ali. Ele vai rodar, entendeu? Aí. Doideira, né, bicho? Caraca, essa imagem. Olha o ghostzão aí. Isso sim é representatividade, né? Ei, isso aí é o mobile, hein? Será? É não é pra você, não é mobile não. E acho que é o mobile, hein? É o mobile, eu lembro dessa foto aí. É o mobile, pô. É o mobile, que aí é Verdansk, que Verdansk não vai ter no próximo COD. É isso, será? Não é mobile não é possível. É louco, é isso aí, velho. Mais conexão. Não é o mobile não. O cara foi pro sal. Olha o... É quentinha. O lag, não, mas eu acho que é, pô. Que... Ah, a doidona do vitilígio. Olha o mobile. Com razão de mobile, manda aí. Caraca, aí. No mobile, velho. Só que não é gameplay, né? Foi só um trailerzinho.
What a jam-packed day we've had here so far. We got Warzone 2.0 and Modern Warfare 2 already good to go. But finally, we're hitting something new here. Coming into mobile. We got Warzone Mobile 2 here for you. It's me, Beef Mommy, and I couldn't be more excited to be here with none other than Chris Plummer.
É um vídeo também, né? Tipo, mais cinematográfico ali. É diferente se tivesse visto gameplay, né? Acho que agora eles vão falar do Warzone Mobile. Olha aí, ó. Isso vai chamar muito play pro mobile. É baseado na morena do BBB.
I mean, honestly, it just gives me so much nostalgia.
É, né?
Wait a minute, Chris. Is that the legendary Verdansk?
Olha aí o Warzone Mobile.
You know, this is where Warzone gameplay was born, and we're bringing the legendary Verdansk map to mobile for the very first time. From its hallmark vistas and these dense urban areas, they're just so much fun to play in. Wide open fields, ready for battle, and intimate, close quarters combat environments. There's so much variety in Verdansk. It's famous for good reason. Teaming with fan favorite locations like Boneyard.
Isso aí é um lugar no mapa. Super Stories.
Well, I'm getting classic Call of Duty Warzone
Olha aí, bicho.
flashbacks here.
Olha essa imagem, doido. Tu acha que um celular de 4 RAM vai jogar ele muito bom? Tá top demais, moço. Eu tô te falando, pô. Como eu disse, que vai rodar, vai, pô. Mas aí tu não vai conseguir trocar com os caras, não, pô.
From the way you aim and move to the weapon handling and the control responsiveness, all these critical little details combined to make Call of Duty Warzone Mobile feel best in class. We've made sure that the physics, the feedback, the sights and sounds, all those essential little touches are
No mobile, pô. Olha isso aí, o slide. O cara lá em cima.
so true to form. You can imagine feeling that dirt compressing under the soles of your boots with every move. Or imagine those tiny shockwaves of recoil moving through your entire body with every shot.
Não vi mais.
In Warzone Mobile, these are the kind of details that we care about that make the combat
Ó, o
feel
cara caiu, ó. Igualzinho, moço, igualzinho.
That makes me really emotional, Chris. And you know, it sounds like everyone's paying attention to detail, and it's finally paying off. Now, when I think of Call of Duty Warzone, I think about strategy.
Absolutely. There's a lot more going on than pure gunplay. For example, when you're out there exploring the map and evading the gas circle collapse, you can try to sneak up on another player and pull off.
Caraca, vai ter até as animações de kill. Tu é doido, eu vou ter que jogar esse jogo, pô, não tem como não. Os contratos, as caixinhas que eu falei que eles tinham que adicionar no código mobile. E eu tenho certeza que eles não vão adicionar justamente porque vai ter no Warzone Mobile. Contrato de compra também, tipo de... O contrato de, tipo assim, tem um cara no mapa, né? Aí tu pega aquele contrato, aí tu meio que mostra a localização dele. Só que só um círculo, né? E provavelmente ele vai dar naquele círculo, tu tem que caçar o cara. Se tu matar ele, ele vai dropar dinheiro e tal. E esse dinheiro tu usa pra comprar arma, teus amigos. Arma no caso é teu loadout, né? Que é aquele que cai no drop. Aí, ó. Viu ali? Ó o gulag aqui, ó. Caso tu morra, se tu ganhar essa fight aqui, ó, tu volta, tá ligado? Olha, pronto, ele mata o cara, ele voltou. Tipo como se fosse um X1, se tu conseguir, aí tu pega e cai no teu loot, sabe que os caras te mataram. Aí aqui ele vai cair, acho, naquele lugar que os caras mataram ele no começo, ó. 120 player. Olha aí, pô, isso aqui é importante, ó. 120 player. Por que eu falei que o celular de 6 GB de RAM, ele vai tancar, só que não vai ser muito. Porque, vamos supor que é 120 players. Se for 100 pessoas mesmo, se ele colocar 100 pessoas, o celular vai travar, porque é muita informação. Olha, ó. Caraca, 120 play, né? Não tem nem como. Olha, 120 play, pô. Porque assim, ó. Quando tu joga uma partida, pô, no teu celular, tu vê que ela rodou muito liso. Tu vê que ela não tem muito player. Ela não tem muito player. Se tiver um no máximo, tu jogar solo ali, vamos dizer. Se tu for jogar uma sala personalizada, onde vai ter só player, teu celular vai travar um pouco. Por quê? Porque é muita informação, é muita gente mesmo, tá ligado? É muita informação enviada para aquele servidor. Ali vai significar Call of Duty technology. This is the same shared tech behind the console and PC versions of Warzone 2.0. It gives us a ton of advantages, like these incredibly high player counts, authentic Call of Duty combat and gameplay systems, and it opens the door to a much more connected experience across all platforms. Vou comprar, bota aí, vou comprar celular.
When you say more connected, does that mean that Warzone Mobile will share content and features that will be in the console and PC version of Warzone 2.0?
Exactly. Delivering a deeply connected experience, it's been a strategic pillar.
Aí, pô, o celular ele trava muito quando é muitas pessoas. Warzone Mobile, New Time, Battle Pass,
is now recognized across Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2.0, and Warzone Mobile. So wherever you're playing Call of Duty, it is time well spent, including on mobile. Even your friends list and chat are shared across platforms, so you can stay in touch with your friends,
whether they're playing on console or PC or mobile, e PC também.
I mean, that is so exciting. I totally get that.
Tem um cara, porque ele tá traduzindo, velho, na live dele. Eu podia assistir por lá. Que é o estresse, deixa eu ver aqui. Vou ver se ele tá traduzindo mesmo. Só ver se ele tá traduzindo aqui.
Sei lá, pra gravar e tal. Warzone Mobile, eu vou estar já com todas as coisas do meu multiplayer normal. É da hora.
O que ele vai falar aí? Você não tinha traduzindo no teu espelho aqui.
are you aiming to make it exactly the same on all platforms?
You know, that's a great question. See, the team's incredibly excited about how deeply connected and authentic the experience is in Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
Não sei não, Gabriel, quais são os specs mínimos não, mano. Eu não entendo muito de celular, né? Recomendo passar lá na live do Japa Tamashiro, ele tá em live, velho. Pergunta lá que a galera...
Will be tied into the Call of Duty franchise pretty nicely. And will there be mobile
Aqui,
specific
pô,
events or content that is unique to Warzone Mobile?
Eu tô achando que vai
Yes,
só
above
tipo
all else,
jogar.
the team is committed to ensuring Warzone Mobile is a world-class, mobile-first experience right down to its core. Controls are a huge part of it. It just needs to feel natural on the device,
Não, pô,
intuitive,
porque
and
ele vai ter a versão, pô.
a lot of it comes down to tuning. And this is why we're supporting
Olha, ó.
seamless crossplay between
Ele tá dizendo que vai ser separado, pô. Vai ter pra PC e pra console. Só que quem vai jogar a versão mobile, no caso, né? Que é o Warzone Mobile, no PC e no console, vai ser só eles dois, tá ligado? E celular só contra celular. Então não vai ter o risco do cair com gente que vai cair no... Tá jogando no celular e cair com um cara que tá jogando no console, tá ligado?
It's super important. So whether you're the hardest of hardcore mobile pros, or maybe you're a console first player that's sneaking in an extra match during your lunch break, even brand new players to the franchise who need a little help getting into the flow of the game, we are committed to providing the most robust control options anywhere for a pick up and play experience that's accessible to
Isso, só vai cair com o menos
I
possível.
love that accessibility, and that means all my friends can get in on the action for a
Acaba
change.
4 horas o
How
evento,
do they
pô,
sign
tá
up?
acabando já.
Well, it's time to get your mobile devices ready, because I'm super excited to announce that starting right now,
Ele que ele
you
mostra a
can
gameplay, pô.
pre-register for your free download in the Google Play Store. Signing up means that you can be among the first to play when the game launches next
Fazer o
year.
meu pré-registro do Big
We look
rapidinho
forward
aqui.
to seeing everyone in Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
With that being said, hey, we got Ferg on the horn, and I
Já
think
que eu
he's
vou.
literally the first one to pre-reg.
Será que tá disponível já o pré-registro?
Hey guys, Perk here, and I am thrilled to be one of the first to pre-register for Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And now you can too. Scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen to be among the first to drop.
Já tá disponível já, vou fazer o pré-registro.
Pre-registrations we drive, the more rewards we can earn. Like special weapons, vinyls, and emblems. Plus, if we reach
Já tá disponível o pré-registro já.
25 million pre-registers, we're going to unlock a super cool secret reward you're not going to want to miss. What are you waiting for? Sign up using the QR code below.
Esse cara aqui é o cara que joga código, já é irresponsável ele, ó. Já bota fé nesse cara aqui. Aí, pré-registro, Warzone Mobile. Quiser fazer aí, ó. Acho que agora é o trailer, hein?
We are back. It's Miles here, joined by Maven, Alicat, and Nameless Studio. What? Oh, guys, the adults have left us alone on the desk, and now it's our time to have some fun. I don't know about you guys, but okay, it's been a pretty litty day so far. Where do we even start? I mean, dude, mobile, bro. It's a new era of Call of Duty.
Listen, Miles, I've been addicted to Call of Duty for over a decade. You're telling me I could be in the airport playing Warzone now? Back in Verdansk? That's lit. Also, Al Mazrah looks absolutely incredible.
Oh, it's insane. There's no shortage of crazy stuff coming my way. Ali,
Yeah.
I mean, lay it on me. Multiplayer for Warzone, for Modern Warfare 2.
It's incredible. We actually got to load up with some of the players yesterday in a little bit of a pre-test, and loading into Gunsmith 2.0 was actually so aesthetically pleasing, and I think everybody at home, once they also get their hands on it, they're going to love it just as much as we do here.
Truly. Maven, my good friend, you've played more Warzone than most people on the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah, no, 8 hours a day for years it feels like. It just seems fresh, man. The map, like everything about it, triple circles, the water, the boats. I mean, I was like kind of the proximity mine king for a while there, placing them under vehicles, trying to blow them up and set booby traps. And now you're telling me I could do them in not only land, but also the sea. I'm with it.
It's going to be something, man. We really have seen a lot so far today. We've seen, Warzone Mobile, of course, multiplayer there, and a bit of Warzone 2.0. Cannot wait. But, guys, it's time to get into business. Let's now get into the Command Center. This is it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Command Center, presented by Xfinity Rewards.
Os caras já estão com o código ali já, pô, o novo já, no PC ali, ó. Olha o tanto de computador, bicho, ali, ó. Cada modelinho desse aqui, ó, é um streamer, tá ligado? Um streamer famoso que eles mandaram pra ir tudo pago, pô. Pagaram passagem, hotel, tudo, né? Esses caras vão ganhar um dinheiro da... Vão, pô. Seus gameplay, olha, ó, vai ter a gameplay do Warzone Mobile aqui, ó. Vai ter a gameplay de terceira pessoa também, só que não é no mobile. Eu acredito que não seja no mobile, porque ele mostrou antes já. Agora não vou a gameplay.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. We're actually almost ready to get into the gameplay.
Partilha a live aí, rapaziada. 2.000 pessoas aí, tamo junto.
A little bit. We played a tiny bit. Have an accent too. I'm getting mocked here.
Vamos, é doido.
Yes. We got to play a tiny bit yesterday.
Yes.
It's pretty fun. But now we get to watch 200 streamers, some of the world's finest, quite literally from almost every part of the planet, coming together here in this crazy top secret location. What can we expect?
It's going to get loud. It's going to get incredibly loud. Yesterday it was loud, and I believe like not even everybody had shown up yet. So now that we have a full building of all of these creators, all of these PCs, I'm expecting people to get up and start screaming, Miles. It's going to be insane.
Clint, we heard Courage from like headphones on. He can be heard from space.
Oh, o Ninja, velho. O Ninja tá ali. O Ninja era do Fortnite, mas ele tá ali agora. Tá no pod ali.
My boy Tyler Buttons,
Nunca vi ele jogando não, mas...
I think this is a testament to
Fortnite, que é mais complexo, ele joga de boa. Pode que ele deve destruir também.
Big name streamers in attendance. We're going to see some incredible gameplay, go through the various modes. I mean, this is going to be a real treat. It really is.
I mean, and you've been around a long time in the Call of Duty world. In this venue right now, we've got streamers and players from, you know, all across North America, all, you know, South America. We've got players all over Europe, Japan, Australia, you name them. We are all over here. Mobile players everywhere. Yeah. How do you describe the vibe in the room right now?
I mean, it's just incredible. It's a bunch of homies who love Call of Duty all in one room getting ready to grind. And, you know, I was talking to them earlier. I was walking around, doing around, saying what up to everybody. They're going hard, right? Like, I was talking to some of the Warzone guys, Repos. He's like, I'm here to fry. Zuma's ready to go. So I'm excited to see them with these new weapons and the gunsmith, what they come up with, especially our new game modes like Prisoner. It's going to be lit.
Listen, as much as they're here for their love of Call of Duty, they're also here because they want that
bang. Trabalhar, né?
Everybody wants, like, you know.
Os caras recebem coisa, né? Itens da loja. Outros não tem, recebem itens da loja. Mas vão pra aí.
To hop into gameplay, Dr. Lupo, one of our first here, and he's already down and out, but we are playing, I believe this is Hardpoint and Mercado, nameless.
Seja gameplay já, hein, do COD.
But one thing I just want to point out with this game is it's a lot more vibrant than some of the MW games that we've had in the past. There's so many more colors, and that's something that I always enjoy, especially with Call of Duty.
Caraca, rápido demais, pô. Entendeu? Não tem como, pô. O cara só caiu no PC, no caso, né? Mas... Mercado das Almas, o mapa.
Gorgeous. It really does. And not that I had any concerns about the visual side of it, because they knock it out of the park every year, but it's just aesthetically
pleasing. Não foi que aquele cara matou o outro de trás da parede, velho. Pegou só na cara, hein? E o cara tava mais no aberto.
I don't have a name for it. The stream pit here, COD Next, all of them live on their own channels, and unreal, man.
Yeah, it's unreal. I mean, all these guys are going hard. You can see he's locked in. Talking a little bit about the game and the movement, though. When I first hopped on yesterday, the movement felt so much different than Call of Duty's in the past. You know, it's not that slide cancel. You got to complete your slide. The dive mechanic, it plays out so much different when you're going into a gunfight. You can dive out of a window. Miles, it was a lot of fun. We were getting into the mix.
We really did get into the mix. I'm going to tell this now on air in front of God knows how many people. But
como é que os caras se movimentam?
I played on his setup. He wasn't quite here yet. And I found there is an in-game like whisper feature. So I was sending messages to other creators as Ninja, talking horrendous, man. Like horrendous trash talk. All very good-natured friends of mine, you know, but I'd be kind of weird to get that from Ninja, right?
Yeah, does Ninja know you did this?
He has no idea.
I walk up and slap him.
I walked past him today and I was like, good morning, dude, how you doing? He's like, hey, man. Not a single word. Ali, not a word. But
not a word. I actually got into a game against you specifically. I was on, I believe, Nate Shot streaming account. I don't believe that he's here today, but I was getting disrespectful with some people on the map, and I believe that you were in my last game, and the second I killed you, you left. I remember looking at the leaderboard, and
that wasn't me. That was Ninja.
A quitter, Miles.
That was Ninja. Over to Courage now. He's having a good time.
And, you know, we're
Gordinho.
Listen, he is
Tá
as much as
puto ali,
he's
ó.
like a fun, good-loving, like everyone takes a jack. It's just like this great nature guy. He is one of the most competitive human
Olha o
beings.
ninja, olha o tamanho do inglês do cara lá, velho. Tamanho do meu computador aqui, tamanho da mesa.
No, it's not. It's not.
And I will have to say, to test to what Ant was talking about earlier, about the game mechanics, something else that I noticed that I don't feel like I felt in other Call of Duty games is how kind of realistic the movement with your gun is, if that makes sense. Like, there's obviously always going to be recoil, your tactic's always going to
Esse é o cara tem que aprender, tá ligado? Vendo essas gameplays, tipo assim, não só
very realistic, and I think that's going to be something a lot of these players are going to notice and have to get used to very quickly.
esses eventos, mas tipo assim,
You get that kind of like over the shoulder, like tactical camera view, and it just adds this insane level of like, it's like realism, but like it just looks so exciting to watch. And when you're, enjoying like, maybe seeing your teammates play or whatnot, it just looks so cool. It's a nice new feature here in the game.
Capturar a bandeira, parece. Não, se fosse capturar a bandeira, tinha dito capturar o flag.
I haven't seen this one yet.
Não só nesses eventos, quanto de, tipo assim, esse campeonato mundial, é sempre bom o cara tá vendo as play, porque tu aprende pixel, tu aprende quais armas estão no meta.
No, not gonna happen. Just getting destroyed. I'm sorry. Superior positioning,
Porque...
Jack. You are awful. Oh, was that too hard? He's my...
No,
oh, no.
yeah.
Okay.
He's doing the classic. He's going to his set. He's doing the classic.
It was something else. It was something else. It wasn't.
Oh, my sensitivity or something? What is it?
Que tu vai aprender as armas meta, tá ligado?
I think that's the hurricane.
O cara tá bravo. O cara tá peidado aqui, o Gordinho, ó. O cara tá amassando geral. É assim, pô. Aí já era ali. Já se abalou, já ficou com raiva ali, já era. Não ganha mais nada ali. Pode botar até hack ali que ele não vai ganhar nada.
Especially grinding Warzone, switching up those attachments, and it's just a better version of
Seems like
that.
a good middle ground,
It's just a better version of that, right? Like the gun moves around with you as you're in there. You can switch out all these different attachments, and for the class of weapon that you have, like you can change it up, turn a M4 into an SMG. Like that's really cool.
Caraca,
That was
velho.
nearly a snap.
That was nearly gross.
One of the all-time greats in the competitive Call of Duty
One
world.
of the maybe the,
if not the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I said it that way.
Like the all-time
You're lying,
great. Yeah.
Ross. He's the greatest, but there we go. Swag now getting involved as well. And to your point, Ali, about Gunsmith, I mean, it's at this point in time, obviously, it's quite hard to recognize, but that is a part of the M4 platform right now. That's his primary weapon.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Like you can switch it up. Like you can make it into.
Os caras estão testando tática de trocar de arma, ver se
It's gonna be crazy, even with the AK.
Vai mais rápido.
For you. Just make some crazy different loadouts. Some of these guys, J-God's gonna have so much fun with that.
9.5-hour long attachment video from J-God.
Oh God, he's so excited about that. And I want to talk about the map aesthetics for a moment, and like the layout is the rooftops. Like the new ledge, how you can jump and then you can hang off the side of the ledge. That was a new thing that you can add into this game. You can jump from rooftop to rooftop, and like you can jump further than you think. And I found that out very quickly. Like I would get to an edge of a rooftop and I was like, I wonder if I can make this jump. You
que ele mirou muito, a mira dele
não
acertou quase nenhum tiro,
like
só
the
no
map, if
finalzinho.
there's tall buildings, you can make it across the map without ever having to touch on the ground. And I think for snipers, that is going to be their absolute playground.
Speaking of snipers, Pamaj now, who's having a great time here. I mean, we've seen a lot, Clint, of the weapons so far, but surely a sniper.
Well, I heard Pamaj too. Like I stepped up. I think it's when he was first walking in. He was walking with an Irrational and some people, and he was like, I'm going hard, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I'm going hard. I could just hear, like, the competitiveness in him.
He's
looking hard. Right.
And this knockout game is not going very well for the red team right now. Pamaj's team obviously winning this one. Again, secure the
Olha os caras
ground,
jogando Warzone Mobile.
on that bad boy. Oh, I forgot, friends. Here at COD Next, it's all going on. Mobile gaming right side of your screen. We've got all of it going on. Really, a celebration of everything that is Call of Duty, and even Courage. He may have just sworn.
Do you see the gloves on the thumb?
Yeah, they're
And professionals, true professionals.
Wait, I probably need to get this. I've been playing some COD Mobile, Diablo Immortal. Like I've been grinding more mobile games. I have my iPad and I'm loving it. Do I need to get little thumb sleeves?
I think you should. Yeah.
Sometimes it gets a little bit slippery. I need thumb sleeves. What are they called? Thumb sleeves.
You're in the right place to ask about that. There is an army of professionals.
I'm looking into that. No, that's actually an issue. It's like it's a little bit slippery,
So they're playing some hardpoint here, and obviously us coming from the esports side of things, we love hardpoint. Miles, we were talking about this morning. When there's a hard point and there's some elevation above it, you can dive into it, turn around, land on your belly, and absolutely fry. So, you know, there are some movement mechanics for you speed demons out there if you want to make some plays.
Yeah, there's a lot of talks about, you know, the way slide works now, and of course the dolphin dive is back. I don't think we're not officially calling it the dolphin dive, but Joe's calling it the dive itself. I mean, it's a really fun mechanic. It's fast, so we get to see some gameplay with it. I've actually been walking around talking to some of the sort of the CDL pros, like, hey guys, try to stop sliding, try to dive a bit more. Come on, Butters. Show us the dive.
Showed us the slide. Now we're looking for the
right
dive.
out the window. Just dive out the window. Send it.
And all the windows are built to be diveable through. Like, that's the way the game is.
That's what Joe was kind of saying, right? Like, they've seen it so much in playtesting, and Nate goes into a window. Like, everyone sends it out.
So you think like all the exciting moments you're going to have. Oh, here we go. Butters is going to be sniping there. That's the. So we have the Hurricane. She's running overkill. That's going to be one of the M4 platforms, and the snipe on the other side.
He's
and we
testing the mechanic. Look.
There we go. Testing things out. Trying to find the sneakiest, fastest way across the map.
Yesterday. I couldn't. I was trying to see if I could break the slide.
No slide.
Well, that works out. Yeah, look at her face. Ooh. She's just like going around, testing out the movement. Someone just runs right in front of her. That works out. Give me a freebie.
You know what I'm noticing on this map that I actually like a lot? Not as many doors. Just running through.
Not as many doors, I think, in general, is the overall vibe. I mean, most of the maps we've seen so far are quite small, very fast-paced. Again, Jeff talking about that, you've got a very distinct feel. It's just like the battle map is very large. Way more intense action. Of course, there's like evasion stuff. 6v6 is a totally different flavor. I mean, that obviously excites us more than maybe it should most.
Oh, I mean, we love it, right? Like, we're here to see people go hard, try to win, be competitive, and
okay.
Another thing, we're seeing a lot of elevation on some of these maps too. You know, the snipers are going to be in heaven.
Yeah, I think it's max 2 stories, I believe. I could be completely wrong there, but
hit it. Hit it.
Also, look at that little stock.
Did you guys use the sniper yesterday?
Yeah, right?
No, I didn't.
I used it for a whole
the cutest little stock I've ever seen.
It was so fun.
I think we were in the same game, too.
Yeah, I was in the back sniping the whole time.
I can't wait for the sort of like anime skins and stuff like that, my cute little stocks. Of course, we can put skins on individual attachments now when it comes to making some very handsome looking weapons.
Oh, Dylan Price, speaking of handsome.
Oh,
also something we haven't talked about yet is the way the perks work. I
love the perks
because
system.
it reminds me of back in the day the specialists. When as you get kills, you get more perks. As time goes on, you're gonna have 2 base perks. You can pick whatever you want. As time goes on, you're gonna get another perk. As time goes on, you're gonna get an ultimate perk as well. So it's actually it's completely new. They've redone it, and it's gonna be sweet.
Well, the reason I think I haven't really played it yet to deal with it too much to see like.
Essa parte do mapa aí tá parecendo muito com a parte do mapa lá do Crossfire.
You're playing like the multiplayer experience. I feel like you get a couple perks you like, and you just sort of pick those. They're your go-to. You don't really think about it, right? Like you figure that out in the first couple days or weeks of playing the game. Those are your perks. Now it's like
Não, pô, não tá travando não.
more decision making that goes into it, which I
Comentaram
personally
que ele
think
só
is
tá
exciting.
restrito pra 1 segundo só. Vamos ver o que eu coloquei.
I don't know
foi
what I'm
isso.
going to be running, but it does feel like they were saying, what was it, the different type of classes they were trying to put? You have your rusher, kind of your more stealth type player, your sentinel. Like they want to, even if it's not like class-based per se, like they want to kind of funnel it with that behind the perks. But I think that's pretty dope.
But you can also make your own, so you can create it, pick your own 2 perks, your next one, and your ultimate, so you can figure out what you want. And it's just nice having like a rewarded game, especially when you're frying, getting that extra perk.
It really does, change what you start off with a base 2.
Yeah.
You unlock one after a period of time. You get kills, you get points. The game progresses slowly. So no matter how you're playing, you're going to get your perks eventually. But obviously, higher scoring game, you're going to get more. And it's just really interesting again. And the perks are almost tiered. And again, Jeff and Joe will come on the desk later on and talk about this in way more detail. But the idea that the first 2 perks, they're fine. They sort of help out the gameplay. That mid-tier perk is way more sort of impactful. And that final perk, like kind of like the super perk. That's not going to turn you into Captain America, but it is going to make you way more effective.
I kind of want to be Captain America
beans right now. Taking Jeff and Joe's thunder.
Well, Symphony was just on screen, so.
I mean, look at the wagon on that boy.
What?
There it is.
Right, listen, picture there.
Yeah, 2 million views on TikTok, something like that.
Estranho, né, essa...
That's what you're watching?
Essa
in your free
câmera?
time clip?
Yes, it might be. It might be.
Okay.
I'm watching them.
It's Brooke's TikTok, she's very creative.
This is a Search and Destroy, Call of Duty Classic here on Farm 18.
This looks cool.
This is one of the maps that we saw in an Intel drop not too long ago. Ooh, let's go. This is simply spectating.
Acho que ele tá com alguma máscara, acho que nada
And
ele...
of course, we're talking about like 3-lane maps. This is one of those maps that got like a very good hybrid 3-lane map that does really, really well when it comes to a game mode like search and destroy. Like you have your traditional outer lanes and they have their hidden corners and they have their ways, and then that middle is just pure chaos. It's kind of like a little bit of like, it reminds me of like a paintball range with all the walls and the corners that there are. So this is probably one of my favorite maps that we are playing right now in the beta testing. And as you can see, everybody is having so much fun on it. I mean, 4 and 5, everybody's doing pretty okay. It's a close game. Aiden has 14 kills. I just saw the kill board. He's on the other team.
Mason just realized he's on the stream that he's ready to get nasty. He's going in.
Oh, he's fully loaded. Look at the bottom. He's got all his perks.
He is perked up, quite literally.
Come on, Mason. Show me something special.
He is flying.
Oh, wow. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, no!
That's the Fennec. I was loving that one yesterday.
Oh!
That thing turns...
That's an OG weapon.
That turns people in a super close range, but Pornyhoff just gave him the business.
Smoked him.
Nice try, Mason. We still love you.
Hurricane OP. Hurricane?
It's such a different look. Like when we're spectating these players and they're having gunfights, stuff like the way the player animations are, the sound effects, like the game has just been... Like it's everything we liked about MW19, all the stuff that was already there existing, and they've just been. I mean, it's Salt Bay right on top, just hammering away, sweet seasoning top to bottom. Well, and it was a close game, and now it's done.
He looked very sneaky, and then he was just evaporated.
I gotta say, the bunny hop is back in full
Oh,
force.
yeah.
Man, the bunny hop is clean. We know Sam LaRue Octane. Gotta give him a shout out. He's gonna be bunny hopping all day. We got Myth on the screen here. What's he using? M4, I think.
Again, looking at these weapons, you know it's an M4, but the configuration he has.
I was using the bigger sight, the double. I forget the name of it. I like the extra zoom.
And of course, kill streaks. Cruise missile back. A lot of fan favorites, Clint. I mean, everything you would expect from a Modern Warfare game is there.
We get to see one. Ah, that'll connect. Myth able to hit it. He's vibing right now.
Isso na cara do
It's
cara
crazy.
ali.
Like, yeah, bottom right, you were kind of mentioning like how different the guns will look. The same type of gun is based on the attachments that it has. It's wild.
There's also in-game settings where you can make your gun a little more narrow, a bit wider, further away. I mean, there's options, you know, just create that sort of visual. The thing you want the game to be as appealing as possible for you. Maybe you don't want the gun to be so big to obscure the view. Maybe you're one of those players that...
Cara não pegou o Killstreak.
I'm gonna get lost in that for the entire first day, probably.
Once campaign
Mas tá muito ruim aqui, mano.
When I see Courage on a 5-streak, that pop up at the top of the screen, it might have. Courage might be popping off. Oh, well, he just died though, so take it back.
Ooh.
Come on, Swag.
Swag styled.
Hit it.
Swag.
Yeah, this sub looks like it's down.
Also, all the sounds and everything when you level up guns. Oh, yeah. Everything is there. I mean,
I wish everyone could experience just this environment, though. Like, as much as we're enjoying the gameplay and stuff, how cool it's been. Because, like, a lot of these content creators, like, they're friends or they're familiar with each other. They play games online. But, like, it's not often you get them all in one place like this. It is just really a vibe. Seeing everybody going up, some meeting for the first time. Like, I know Iceman Isaac.
É, no início é assim mesmo. É igual no COD, pô. Tu vê que as skins antigamente no COD era só skin mesmo. Ó, tipo a skin da CM4 aí, ó, como é que ela é, ó. Preto com detalhes em vermelho. Aí, quando chegar na parte final do jogo, eles vão começar a colocar skins na colorida. Eles fogem ali daquela questão ali do militar mesmo, aí começa a botar arma com skin de anime. Tiro traçante. Desmembramento do atiro, o cara vira massa, vira gelo. É arma de raio, igual teve no COD passado aí, que o Vanguard, é o COD atual no caso. Olha como é que é essa mesmo. Caiu uma barra. Eu conheço as skins, principalmente aquela roleta lendária, roleta mítica. Agora estão viajados, agora não, agora os caras botam lobo, botam míssil, botam um monte de coisa. Ó, aquele personagem da temporada lá, o cara todo coloridão, rosa, grandão. Nada a ver, o cara pega, mas ninguém vai usar aquele ali. Só pra pegar mesmo.
have been absolutely disgusting up close, whether the AR gets first shot or not. Now, long range, the SMGs haven't been ripping as well. The recoil gets insane at that sort of range, so I feel like it looks like the gun balance as well, regardless of your attachments and what configuration you end up coming with, is
fairly much there.
I love that because, I mean, it just feels like sometimes it turns into this one gun that can do everything.
Yeah.
Right? And I think everyone appreciates a little bit of variety. Like an
Well,
AR
that's
feels like
quite
an AR,
literally what this game is, because you could change your gun up to whatever you want, right? So
well, in a way, yeah. But like, I think to Tally's point, like, there seems to be a little more separation between your SMGs
like I
and
haven't
your ARs.
seen the do-it-all gun just yet.
No, I mean, we saw Aiden, of course, on the Mountain Dew green carpet, like, I want a broken shotgun.
Tem que jogar esse jogo, pô, Warzone Mobile, tá louco?
We'll find out what that really means.
Que tipo assim, pô, eu tava até falando com um cara, ele falou assim, não, mas aquele jogo ali não vai compensar. Não, ele não falou que não ia compensar, né? Ele falou que era pouca gente que ia estar jogando, então ia ter pouco público. Eu falei, moço, não tem como não, pô, o jogo é novo, o cara vai querer saber como é que tá o game. Né, como é que vai estar, talvez. Os caras vão querer acompanhar, pô. Tanto de jogo que eu assisto que eu não jogo. Eu podia não jogar, pô. Agora os caras assistem, pô, não é nem porque joga não, pô. É porque quer saber como é que tá o game, tá ligado? Acompanhar, tá ligado? Vou botar pra mim. Até jogo
This is one of the
bem.
most famous Italian men in the world. Makes a mean Stromboli. We love him.
Metal boots on the building. He's got the M4. He's gonna run this class setup from now.
5 carrinhos, pá. Pra que a gente captura insana.
Oh, Chris
Tá
Crowder.
boa,
Listen,
parceiro.
I'm not sure what's going on here. Chris has been growing some sort of beard that's happening for the first time that I've seen him. He's usually very baby face. Now he's gonna go for some sort of supermodel.
Como eu já disse, eu já conheço muito do Warzone que teve no passado, né? E com certeza vão trazer as armas que tinha no começo do Warzone, que não é o mapa.
Oh, he's on his feet. He's on his feet. The Gouch.
Os caras lá com tudo pago, foi massa, os caras.
All day.
You know what, the iron sights here kind of clean.
Well, I think this is great too for a lot of. I mean, people like. You saw Zenny, you know, you saw
Não tá nem
Crowder,
com mira ainda, hein?
they
Vou
work on the
colocar.
CDL side, you know, they're really in the midst of
Esse Iron Sight dessa arma é boa, por isso ele não colocou, sabia?
that often and see all these content creators. I
Tá na
imagine they're
Disney
in
ali.
heaven. I've seen some of the tweets, just having a
Ah,
blast.
vamos aumentar os caras.
So as far as streaks goes, we haven't seen a whole lot. Obviously, cruise missiles there, counter UAV, a classic. VTOL's going to be back. You know, everything. I mean, the Juggernaut is I think it's the final one, and it looks crazy. And whoever that
Tá
AFK
offline ali.
get a grip. You are live at COD next. But yeah, there's a ton of cool stuff, and I mean, we're seeing Wilson's in there
That's
as
what I
well.
was gonna say. I love that.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. Chopper Gunner's back. I mean, it's called. I think it's called Air Support now, but it's it's an AC-130. You know what I'm talking about, friends.
There's a chopper gunner here as well.
Oh yeah. We're gonna be seeing it all.
Yeah, Miles, like if we play against each other later today, when we get to
Caraca, cara, ainda
I
morreu.
think I'm actually locked on this desk all day. I would love to play more.
after the stream's over, I think we can play more.
Yeah, I think we once the curtains go down, we're gonna dive on. Can you hear the chain?
Yeah. I'm visualizing your ankles.
Zona de conflito, pô. Esse aí, ó, que ele tá, tu vê que ele...
Here we go, another cruise. Redman, how we doing?
And what a shot. He got two.
Tu vê que ele não fica só num lugar, tá ligado? Ele fica, como ele pegou,
So this is
ele
the,
fica protegendo os pontos, pô.
Yeah, this is it's kind of like a lightning strike. Yeah.
Caraca.
What is that thing? The Fennec. Or it's a custom one.
Wait a minute.
Longer range, maybe? But that looks like the Fennec. Yeah, that's the Fennec Iron Sight.
That boy don't recoil.
What?
All right, Breadman's already found a winner.
Yeah, Bread's got
Oh my god!
It does recoil, but it like doesn't.
But
Que
he's
mas
holding
aí,
that thing
parece
down, though.
M3.
All right.
So going straight,
he's on mouse, obviously recoil, long range. You can manage that more,
Jesus.
but it doesn't seem like there's a lot.
Jesus.
He's just putting them down.
Yeah, cameraman, get in there real close. Show me the hands. Show me the hands. Oh, gun him.
So we played this map yesterday in the 3P mode. That was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of fun.
Museum, yeah, this is a lot of fun. We saw a top down of this on socials recently, but
There we
everyone said,
go.
yeah, give me the hands.
You hear how that sounds? So sad.
Ó,
That sounds scary.
tá vendo essa tela ali na direita ali,
That
ó?
better be on my team.
I mean, he
Os
is
caras
one of the
ali...
better gamers I've seen.
Caraca, o microfonezão brancão, pancada.
Mouse and keyboard players, like, he is
Eles já estão
absolutely-
fazendo live, tá ligado? Aquele público
So,
ali, ó.
not surprised to see him finding some
Eu
wins in the
acredito
long
eu que
range
seja o
battles,
público da
but
live dele,
gotta
não
see
esse
recoil
público aqui.
control.
So what do you guys think about all these maps so far? What's been your guys'
Na
favorite?
própria live dele.
Honestly,
yeah, it doesn't look like he's pulling down a whole lot.
Porque não teria o
honestly,
porquê
I
eles
think
colocar
this is
o
museum.
chat do...
Nice big central
Yeah,
area,
event ali.
essentially 3 lanes. I mean, this is a second story. We're about to go up there now. This is where Breadman is. It's nice, man. We've got some decent lines of sight. Snipers are going to have a lot of fun here. We played hardpoint on this map. We played prisoner rescue. Courage and I clutched up big time last night in like a 2v5. I had the prisoner on my back. I was sprinting. And I can hear Jack picking up 3-4 kills. Let's go, baby! Screaming. I'm
That's the
there
guy.
sprinting.
I'd be that guy on the
Não, mas
team
é
too.
com ele
I'd be
agora.
carrying. Yeah.
It was great. It was really great. We had a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool, you know, the open breaks and stuff like that.
He's on a 15 streak, by the way.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he was frying.
He's literally annihilating the lobby. Yeah, let's stick with him. He's on 15 in a row. Another cruise coming
Vai,
in.
bicho.
Bang!
This is the
Dimensão lá, o mapa já um doidão.
Elfina. Oh, he gets 2 again. Just ripping him.
It's the same 2 people. No, sorry, this guy. Oh, it's a replay.
Oh, is it? I was about to say.
It's a replay.
He was on 15 in a row. I thought he got another one. I thought he wrapped his streaks.
It's all good.
Oh, dude, I basically just pulled a symphony, dude, when he was casting the pregame lobby.
Oh, and it was a good.
I thought he earned another one. Well, last thing I saw was 15 streak. I was fired up for my guy.
So he put a. Oh, so it's M4. His just sounds crazy. I think it's the dubbing of the audio.
It might be his stream, but either way,
it's his stream.
That boys.
Eu achando estranho o tiro dessa arma aí, tá parecendo o tiro daquele helicóptero quando eu peguei no COD Mobile.
He's already at his second tier of perks.
Deixa pegando também.
19 kills. Let's go, Breadman. And of course, he's working his way towards that final perk here in this hard point.
Yeah, it's not that crazy. I thought he wrapped streaks now, is it? He is annihilating everyone.
He's farming.
Yeah, he's literally farming.
Somebody kill Breadman.
Wait, do you guys see the movement? It's different than other Call of Duty games. It's very hard to put into words, but once you get your hands on this game, like, you can tell everything moves with you. Like, usually the gun's fairly stationary, but like everything is moving with you at all times.
And you can see it, so that's
you can see
for more of the hardcore players. The
Yeah.
players are going out there and they're like jiggle peeking. Your hips and your head.
Yeah,
move
like
now.
everything's going.
So it's a little bit different when you play the 3P mode. You get a better understanding.
Esse cara ninguém mata esse cara não, bicho.
Just like the physics of the character.
The physics of the character has been reimagined, so it's different.
Yeah,
throwing those shoulders.
Acho que ele tá só protegendo ali, pô, os locais ali que spawnam mais gente, né, pra ir pro ponto lá. Tu vê que o ponto tá na direita dele. E ali é um local de acesso. Caraca, já pegou as manhas do jogo. Já, pô.
Oh, is this what it looks like to be on the other side of the Breadman?
Yeah, that's what I was actually wondering.
Wait. We're gonna get up there and kick his ass.
Oh!
Mas foi ele que detonou lá de novo ali.
That was Breadman.
Tu vê que ali, ó, eu tava falando, o objetivo é a direita dele, então nessa parte ali, ó, e tem na parte da esquerda, na escada ali, quem vinha dali ele detona, aí é só ele ficar, né, olhando, mira, olha, volta, olha.
I just think about, imagine loading in, like trying to check everything out, run some different guns, and Breadman's just up top.
Yeah, no, he just looked dialed in. I
Olha
didn't think he
ele.
said a word.
Olha ele.
Hit it! Ah! ADS not quick enough there. 2 posted up on the bridge, just shutting him down. But
Ó, o cara jogando uma mobile aqui, ó.
Ah,
não, mulher.
Wait, what?
But yeah, so of course, Gunsmith is ridiculous. 2.0.
Yeah.
You can
As cadeiras tudo personalizadas lá, os caras mandaram fazer. Podia me dar essas cadeiras aí, né?
Clint, you were singing the Spider-Man song earlier. Hey man, not too. If Spider-Man carried a Glock, yeah, baby.
Aí, ó, os caras no mobile aqui, né?
How much damage you can do with that thing, and just, I mean,
Fica no
it's something
PC.
that we have to learn now as Call of Duty players. I have to now look at funny ledges and see where players are.
Yeah. I was also trying out some of the field upgrades yesterday for the short amount of time that I did have. I tried the camera one. It was so interesting. Just like throw it down, go hide in a corner. You can see when they're pushing at you.
E pô, eu fiz uma.
Yeah, you got your own choke points.
That's great. And again,
Eu fiz uma engine de vídeo massa, ó, bicho, no Canva lá. Vou terminar aqui a coisa, termina 4 horas aqui. Falta menos de meia hora. Eu vou te mostrar, vou ter uma foto, ó. Caraca, tem gente assistindo, velho. 176 mil pessoas. 115 mil likes. Tem gente. Ó. Caraca, bicho, cara.
I'm already really liking the sounds of these guns. I'm liking the crosshairs look. Like, this is something I cannot wait to get. Oh, hello.
Já no braço.
Got a 3-piece, and then Isaac followed up with the 4th in the feed. That was very satisfying.
Oh yeah,
Pegou no
they
braço.
are just tearing them apart. It feels like.
What's that field upgrade he has there? I can't tell from
that could be the portable radar.
That might
Daqui dia, pô.
So that little bad
Não vi
boy
nada.
kind of gives you sort of a local
Os
sort
caras
of
adicionar
UAV,
coisa
but
do,
the radius isn't obviously
desse
great,
COD aí no
but
COD
maybe
Mobile não,
in a
sabia?
pinch, I'll take it.
Dude, look at that bullet hit. Just hit
Pode
like, right on the
MW2.
panel of the window, so the first shot didn't
Que o
hit.
2019 eles adicionaram, né? Que no caso é o Warzone, as
I was using this
plaquetas.
yesterday. It's a powerful shot.
It
Got a couple
feels.
collabs.
Oh, wait, somebody saved him.
Oh my god!
Caraca, tu viu? O cara ia finalizar ele.
Nick Merckx was trying to
E
assassinate
o time dele salvou.
Get us out of there. Over the crowd.
Here's the Fennec.
Caraca, tu viu a entrada aí, como é?
You run so quick with this thing.
I mean, look how different this POV seems versus like the sniper POV.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
you're moving.
You're going.
That.
Oh,
wow.
doesn't matter
Okay.
though.
Okay, Sean J.
Sean fries him. Again, this is that sort of
Doideira,
idea,
né?
like the different, maybe not play styles, but kind of like play.
Eu vi dizer que esse jogo, que o Warzone Mobile, ele não vai ter
Obviously, he's way more aggressive, you know. He might be hitting flanks soon,
multiplayer.
the way he's
Até
kept
porque ele
himself
já
out.
vai ser grande pra caraca.
He's in the mix.
E com
I think
multiplayer.
something that you could learn a lot, that all these creators are going to learn very quickly.
É muita
is
coisa
a
pra ter no
lot
celular
more
e-
paths on the map than you know about. Like on this one specifically, behind Crowder.
Quando lançar a atualização, vai ser atualização 2, tá ligado? Tipo, tanto a atualização no Battle Royale quanto no multijogador. E ele ficando só com o Battle Royale, acredito que seja muito melhor. Só que eu não sei como é que eles vão fazer pra questão das variantes, né? Talvez o... Talvez não, né? Vai ter que ser assim. Que é a questão do... do armeiro, né?
Yeah, he's in the perfect area to use this weapon.
Preciso ver no tipo
Going out,
de
getting peaks, close range combat.
É por isso que eles vão focar só no Battle Royale mesmo, porque aí eles podem adicionar o
They're not doing a great job in game. They've got the lead for now, but again, classic Dom, capture the flags.
o armeiro ali mesmo, né? No
UAVs and all sorts, kill streaks coming up. No one's, I
mobile.
don't think it was going too crazy with any of the
No.
kill streak choices. We did see Crim6 with a VTOL earlier. Again,
No Warzone mesmo, entendeu?
W19. I wonder if we're going to see any more today.
Só que vai ser ruim, o cara vai ter que ver como é que vai dar pra upar as armas ali, entendeu? Porque tu upa a arma no multijogador pra jogar com ela com ela upada, né? Com a classe montada no... Pois é, pô.
Crowder, yeah, he's in the mix right now. Movement, I mean, he
Como é
seems
que eles
pretty
vão
comfortable
fazer
so
isso aí?
far. Just the little hop chows.
Yeah, the bunny hop.
Freebies.
Like earlier, just hopping around. You can even hip fire this one. He's picking up a ton of kills. He's loving this class setup. He switched it up from last time.
So one of the big things, I mean, before the show started, I walked around and talked to as many of the streamers as I possibly could, and I was just like, you know, you've had a tiny bit of time with the game. How you feeling about this? And almost every single one of them said, I'm really struggling not to slide everywhere.
O cara tá com o EV já.
Now get used to it. From MW19 all the way through to Warzone, when you know we're on Caldera, it's not the same. It's not the same.
I can say that just from all the Warzone I've played, like it's gonna take like my hand, just the muscle memory of it. Like I'm just so, I've been slide canceling
Tá
now
jogando
for
fino do fino, hein?
years across the map.
Acho que é uma
It's gonna take a
Vector
little
aí.
bit used to, 100%.
Não, Vector
But I
não.
feel like my hands are gonna be very happy
Acho que
though.
é uma Fennec.
I'm not having to do that constantly across the map.
Yeah, if you
É
try
a
to slide around now,
Fenneczinha.
you might even be slower just sprinting.
É a Fennec 45, sabia?
Again, it's how you use it. It's the dive is a really great mechanic for escaping. The slide gets you into different positions. Obviously,
I like to leave in my head, you know, the ball head. So I think the diving thing's gonna be good for me, just like a
you.
bowling ball, you know, Miles, just
Or a
sending it through a
rhino.
door, sitting it through a window. Maybe diving into someone. You think I can knock somebody out that way?
I wonder if there's an attachment for you.
You, yeah.
It's like a unicorn
Like a
type
bayonet
power.
or something.
Yeah, bayonet on my head. Okay, that sounds sick though. Honestly, if the devs are listening, let's think about that a little bit.
Eu tô falando, pô.
Oh my god, I want that immediately.
I'm thinking like
Falei, pô, joga daqui pra frente, pô. Sei lá, esse celularzinho de 4, 6 GB de RAM não vão tancar, pô. Podem até tancar, pô, nessa primeira temporada. Mas quando os caras começarem a adicionar conteúdo, e ó, o Warzone, ele teve toda a vida útil dele, o cara adicionava milhares e milhares de conteúdo. Armas, parceria. Essas parcerias podem chegar, entendeu? Lembra na época que o Rambo chegou pro Code Mobile? Ele tinha chegado já no Warzone, pô, de PC, entendeu? Não foi no Warzone, mas no Vanguard, se foi no Cold War, se não me engano. Aí ele chegou, tá ligado? Aí tipo assim, quando eles adicionam essas parcerias, que eu tenho certeza que eles vão adicionar também, o jogo vai pesar, pô, e tô com 6 GB de RAM. No começo ali, vai rodar, mas depois vai ficar muito pesado. Sem falar no tamanho do jogo, né?
Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait. A little peek at the
Right?
menu here
Lobbies,
now
né?
as well, of course, while Isaac gets ready to get into his next game. So much in Modern Warfare 2. We're almost actually ready to keep the show running. Jess, you're down there with Zuma. Tell us how Tommy's doing.
Miles, that's right, I am right here with Zuma, Tommy Properato himself. So, I mean, you have now had your first taste of Modern Warfare 2 here at COD Next. What did you think?
Oh, it's incredible. The game feels super smooth. The gunplay is awesome. I like the time to kill, and the maps are dope. A lot of close quarter gunfights, and you know, I've been having a blast, man. The chat's loving it as well. They're loving it.
So there's so much to talk about, you know, new modes, new maps, changes to the gunsmith, but what really stands out to you? Like, what are you excited about?
I'm really excited just to get the competition going. I mean, I'm excited for the CDO, and I heard them talking about ranked play, so, you know, I'm really excited for that. And Warzone 2 looked incredible as well. I was talking to Repulse. We're going to be the Warzone duo this year, so I'll be bouncing around between the both, but I'm just excited for something new, you know, a new game, and it's been a lot of fun to play.
Caraca, acho tudo isso, ó. O PCzão ali.
Thank you to everybody, and thank you to Call of Duty for the opportunity to be here. It's awesome.
And then, you know, real quick, with Modern Warfare 2 on the horizon, what does the year ahead look like for you?
Man, just a lot of shows, man, a lot of flanks, a lot of streams. I mean, the content's gonna be pushing all year, so excited, man. Zumafi's gonna take over, and we're gonna have some fun, man. We're gonna have some fun.
All right, well, thank you so much. That is all from me for now. I believe I'm handing it off to my dear friend,
Thank you
Lottie.
so much.
Thank you so much, Jess, and it is so good
Please
to be here. My
continue.
name is Lottie. First time on the desk, first time, of course, being in this incredible arena. I have a lot of wonderful folks on this desk, but it is now time to chat about an epic giveaway from our friends at Jack Links. Each Jack Links supply drop includes a brand new copy of Modern Warfare on the platform of your choice, delicious Jack Links limited edition products, and brand new epic in-game items that I promise you'll be dying to get your hands on. So check this out on how to enter.
Looking for an epic way to celebrate the launch of Modern Warfare?
Supply drop ali direito ali, ó, supply drop.
You covered, giving you the chance to win the ultimate Modern Warfare 2 supply drop. Keep an
No,
eye
supply
out
drop
during the
no.
broadcast for the Jack Link Sasquatch to appear on screen. If you see it, grab your phone and scan the QR code, following the prompts
Cara,
to
vamos
qualify
meter
for
esse nesse
entry.
cara aí, não é
Tune in
possível.
to Call of Duty Next. Squad up with Sasquatch and level up for the ultimate viewing experience, courtesy of Jack Links. Terms and conditions
Ah,
apply.
acho que Jack Links é...
All right, folks, so keep your eyes peeled to spot the Sasquatch on the screen throughout the show. Scan that QR code and enter all your information for a chance to win. But it is my absolute honor and pleasure to be on the desk, of course, alongside Maven. But we also have Jeff and Joe on here to talk all things Modern Warfare 2. Of course, our multiplayer design directors here. And we're just going to get a bit nerdy, to be honest. You know, we're going to look at a bit of gameplay.
that?
I am so excited to talk about it. But Maven, I've got to ask you, what do you want to dive into first? We have the two guys that are going to answer a question.
Well,
here.
first off, by the way, you guys killed it in the opening of the
You did.
show.
Thank
you
you.
know,
Thank
it
you.
started real smooth. I'm sure nerves were going a little bit, but it was awesome to see. But I know we're gonna have gameplay that's gonna be popping up. We're gonna chat through stuff. But I think one thing I kind of want to chat through is just there's been a lot of significant changes. You guys are always looking to how to kind of tweak the wheel a little bit. Can we chat through kind of the perk change and where your head was at with regards to that? Because it's a big change. It's interesting.
Yeah, you know, perks haven't really been touched for a long time in the series. And I guess by nature they're passive. And so most of the time we found people just, you know, find the three that
O
they
cara
like.
dando moral muito doido, né? Porque essa...
I said that earlier. That's me.
Yeah.
Like, I
Cara
find a
desse
few I
aí.
like, and like that's my class. There
so
we go.
we just wanted to come up with a system that was a little bit more engaging, and so we grouped them into 3 different categories. You get 2 to start with, and then you pick a third, and then you pick a fourth, and they're rewarded as you play. You really like how they proc at the end.
Yeah. I mean, an announcer comes up, tells you what perk you got, and it kind of re-engages you with what's available, right? And they're earned through time and score. So eventually you'll get them, and you're not gonna. It doesn't reset on death. It allowed us to kind of like create a couple more powerful perks and put them at the end because you're not going to have them the whole match. And there's some interesting depth there where you can say, okay, UAVs are really powerful early match. Like there's different things you can do where you're kind of like, if you're one of those players who really wants to noodle, you're like, okay, I know these aren't in play yet.
Well, I guess, listen, it's very different, but I'm also a big like RPG guy, so I like the process of like unlocking things and earning things. It's just like at the core of who I am. So I dig that, just like the progression over the course of one single map. I think is very cool.
Yeah, it just feels good. It feels good. It feels good to be reminded what you have.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Oh, and I guess we didn't touch on actually is the packages, right? From like, we're talking a lot about the theory crafting of what you set up, but we actually have these defined packages. So early on, you just say, you know, I want this playstyle. I just grab this package and go. And then later on, when you're like, okay, I like that, but I want to noodle a little bit, you can hop in and create your own packages.
You know, that
Caraca, jogou
kind
muito.
of, it really, people can see that through the default loadouts. And we've packaged in, based on those kind of player behaviors we were talking about earlier, we've usually shipped 6 or 5 default loadouts, but we have 6 with this one.
Okay.
We found 2 for each behavior. And so
Jogou
those
filho,
perk
filho.
packages are already in there. And it's something different in this game. We actually allow you to attach a field upgrade within that, within each loadout. And so it's a little bit more micromanagey, but
bem
it
como eu
felt to
disse
us
mesmo.
that you're kind of more creating
O
your
modo lá
class
de-
and your character for, you know, in that. So people in the beta should
Distração.
really try out those default loadouts because we put a lot of time into how
Sim,
those
pessoas-
play.
Well, I'm curious in like playtesting, did you see like a... I'm sure everyone
Eles
has a way
morrem e
they
vão
view themselves as
ressurgindo.
the player. Like maybe you want to start as more of
Na
like a
verdade,
single type. Did
levantar,
you
né?
see like as people got more comfortable with the game, like an evolution towards maybe a faster pace? Or what did you notice when playtesting these different types of things?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall most of our players are rushers.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Depends on the circles you run, but
Yeah.
you know, there are these other players, and we wanted to just make sure that, you know, we're supporting all of them. And so, you know, some of the field upgrades can be more sentinel and trying to hold down positions. But that's why we added in the DDoS, like we said, to kind of just say, I've had enough. I want to pause all this stuff and make it go away.
Yeah.
But we also leaned into creating game modes that can facilitate this kind of siege gameplay. But
Now we talk about the rushing players, right? But we also want to talk about the pacing, the movement, you know, what it looks like, how it feels to be in game. And when I got a chance to get on the sticks yesterday, something I noticed is it is a little bit slower paced, right? We're going to be sprinting round, not sliding round. And I think another thing I want to talk about is the dolphin dives. I've been diving down escalators, getting prone, looking at hard points, trying to figure out, can I see bomb site B or A? Like, you know, it's pretty incredible with the movement and how it feels. What was it like making that? What were the decisions behind that pushing forward? Because the feel of the game is huge.
Yeah, I think fluidity, and I mentioned it previously, is like really, really important, right? But we did make some small tweaks, right? Like slide has a little bit more of a hang up so that people aren't just sliding around the map, so that they're actually moving through spaces, checking corners, and kind of like pacing themselves. But the general movement of guns should be almost exactly the same. And Jeff and I regularly check in. We're like, okay, how are we doing? Like, let's look at last game, let's look at this game. And we try and be consistent in that regard. But there have been these small tweaks, and the dive is one of those tweaks. The ledge hang is one of those tweaks. And those will change how people move through a space, right? You won't throw yourself over a wall, you'll peek that wall first.
Yeah, I love the ledge hangs because, you know, just testing out yesterday, being able to kind of ledge hang and really use it as intel as well. I think when it comes to multiplayer and competitive side, that's kind of where I'm at here, is being able in S&D, just being able to know where people are, give that intel to your team, peek that back down again, making sure you're not getting your dome ripped off by a sniper, of course, major stuff here, but and exciting that the fact that you can get your secondary weapon out and start to put a bit of damage in and help out there. So in terms of ledge hang, where did that come from? What was the idea behind it? You know, why is it so special to have it in the game?
to be honest, it came out of face planting too many times, parachuting in, just missing that ledge, and you're like, nope, that's frustrating. Let's fix that.
Well, we've all been there. Like, whether you've been playing Warzone, like you're trying to like hop and grab it, and you just like, it's like you want to hit the button to like activate the pull-up, but then you hit your shoot and you're like falling down. It can be so frustrating.
Yeah. So I mean, really, that's where it came from. But
yeah, it was also the high mantle too, right? Like late when we were developing Modern Warfare, and then Warzone started to come out. We had these walls and things. We ended up turning up the mantle height in Warzone.
Okay.
And it didn't feel as polished, but it allowed people to get over walls they otherwise couldn't. But like I said before, you kind of commit, and now you're like, throw yourself over a wall and get shot as you make that transition. So the high mantle is definitely like get up, you can peek, or you can just double tap it and pull yourself over if you're in a hurry. It just adds that extra layer of like, I can be a little bit smarter about how I move through the space.
That's a good note that we make all of the equipment, all of the movement, and all of these things for scalability, and we have to kind of check ourselves that everything we put here is going to show up in Warzone.
Well, now you've got this like metaverse of like there's so much.
It's a big kind of, like I was saying earlier, right?
It's
like
not hard, man. I'm sure.
It's like, how do you add different things in and make sure it all stays in check and not mess up this ecosystem?
Well, it feels like, I guess for me when I view it, well, what has been the one thing, at least for me, that really separates Call of Duty from a lot of other shooters? It's like, it does feel so fluid, but like there's a limit to that too. You don't need to be an amoeba, like it's just like floating through the map. Like you want to be some realism to it, but like how can you add that realism and the ability to, I mean, think about, I don't know, 10 years ago, what you were able to do with just like interacting with the map and what it's come to now. I mean, it's insane how much it's changed.
We had to argue to get sprinting into, I think it was COD 4.
I'm sure.
We didn't have that, and so like just the evolution of where.
Yeah, it's come a long ways. I played the very first one, so yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty special, and something else that's a bit special as well is the fact that we have all these content creators behind us. We have an Elgato replay for you guys. It's actually Myth here on Prison Rescue. Just gonna check this one out and see exactly what went down here. And Prison Rescue is gonna be a really exciting one, of course, because you have to get that objective done. You need to go rescue the prisoner, and carrying them out is gonna be huge because that icon does disappear. You know, how did it work with this prisoner, being able to put them in the game, knowing that somebody's going to have to run this prisoner back and extract them, and having that defense to be set up later on and have to completely and utterly change the game, go to that defensive mode? What was the kind of makings behind that?
So it was actually kind of a hard mode to make, and we went through all these different iterations, and we had these problems where we're like, hey, the modes around rescuing these prisoners, but people, they weren't able to, right? We're like, hey, do this heroic thing, and rounds just kept ending in elimination because it was so hard. And that's why we added the radar sweep that you get when you get the prisoner, and that's why we took the icon away when you pick the prisoner up. Because we were going through, and we tried with one prisoner, we tried with two right next to each other, we tried all these different iterations, and it took a while before everything kind of clicked. And often when you're making game modes, you don't really know. Like some of them pretty quickly, you're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
But this one took a lot of work, a lot of finessing, and then we finally got it to where there is this balance, and we're seeing more hero moments. And that replay we saw, actually, I think of that one, but while we were talking earlier, I saw him actually pick up the prisoner and take it all the way to extract and have that run, and that's what we wanted, that hero run.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about like how crazy it's gotten. Like I don't envy you guys at all. I mean, I do. You have great jobs, but like the fact that you have to think about like everything within this sandbox, like from when you're trying to make a new mode, like how is some new movement or anything going to affect Warzone? How's it going to affect Ground War Invasion? Like,
I think at every game you have that moment at the end of the previous one. You're like, okay, how do we squeeze more blood from the stone?
Yeah, right.
And it's like, but then you start iterating and trying different things, and you do kind of like, all of a sudden it's ballooned, and you're like, oh no, we have to cut stuff. We have too much.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff, Joe, this is a pretty hard question, but just to kind of wrap things up here, you know, I think when you talk about Call of Duty, when you listen to feedback from players and different generations, they always talk about that nostalgic feeling that they get when they get on the game. What is it about Modern Warfare 2 this time around, this title in particular, do you think that is going to bring generations back years to come and say, look, Modern Warfare 2, excuse me, was my game, and this is why I want to play it year in, year out?
Yeah, you know, nostalgia is a weird thing, and I know from working on past games and people speaking so highly of these different things, and it's kind of where you're at in your world and your friends and things like that. And so for us, we can't really control that, but we try to lay out kind of, I don't know, for the lack of a better term, like you're kind of laying out a nice meal and you're hoping that everyone enjoys it. And from all the systemic play with all of our equipment and all these different interactive systems, we're just hoping that fans find new and crazy ways to play the game. I don't know. What about you?
You just want it to be fun. I mean, at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Like, because nostalgia, you got to probably tune some of it out. Like some stuff, that's tough.
You don't know what's going to become nostalgic, right? You don't know. And I think one of our strengths is that I run into people all the time, and they're like, I'm an S&D player.
Yeah.
I'm a Warzone player. I'm a Plunder player. Like, you know, like I love TDM. I just play that. And so it's interesting that we're fortunate to be able to make all these different offerings so that people can come into our game and they're like, I love big war, vehicular combat. I'm going to ground war, right? And so I think that's an advantage that we have, that people can find their place, the thing they love, bring their friends in, and then years to come, they're like, I remember that. That was awesome.
Yeah, a bunch of different experiences for sure. And I got to say, the fact that we haven't even really scratched the surface yet, you know, we're here at the reveal, we're seeing it for the first time. There's so many questions that we have as well. I want to know what some of the challenges have been for you guys to develop this game, to really get it to the point that it is now, where you are comfortable to show it to the world and reveal it. You know, what some of the hardships been along the way in this ride?
You know, I think the big kind of elephant in the room is just, you know, a lot of this was made from people's homes.
Mas já tinha pô, essa inclinação de mira aí.
And work that, you know, people
não é inclinação, é que quando tu encosta perto
I work out of a shed in my backyard. There's people in their
Uma lateral, né?
I bet it's a cool shed.
Já inclina automático, tipo, não um botão que tu clica pra inclinar, tá legal? No PUBG, que tu clica no E, ele vai vir. E no Rainbow Six também, tu clica no E e ele vira. Aí não, tu tá mirado aqui, na hora tu chega perto do cantinho, ele inclina sozinho.
All these different Activision studios to kind of keep on point and
Já tem já no código
everything is good and great. It's been tricky.
Yeah, I think it's a great segue to, like, we have a really talented team, and we're up here representing that team, whether it's the multiplayer team, the engineering team, the animation team, the art team, and they're all specialists in what they do. The fidelity on our view model animations, the guns, everything, the art, and the maps, the design. Our geo designers, they make these 6v6 type maps, they make these huge ground war maps, and they put it all together into this massive big map, and everything needs to sync. And so all we can do is thank them and do our best to represent them.
I'm kind of curious, were there any positives for me from a creative standpoint with the fact everyone was in the office and everyone was kind of away? I almost feel like maybe that would lead to some interesting ideas. When everyone's maybe not in a room and maybe one idea kind of takes precedent, everyone's just kind of isolated a little bit more. I just wonder if there was any creative advantages there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were worried that kind of productivity would go down by living at home, but we just found that everyone was so passionate about making this game that they could either play a game or their PCs sitting there and they could make the game better. And they're consistently working way too much, and we're like, hey, calm down, we're good. Let's keep So I think that is a little bit of the fun part.
What I heard in some cases, productivity actually went up, which people didn't expect, and now people are downscaling offices. So I was kind of curious if you just had a lot of, I don't know, superstars kind of show up and pump out some really amazing stuff.
Yeah, it's tricky because we've just now been coming back in and getting kind of that kind of community in the office, and that has been a great way of kind of solidifying the game and getting people back in and feeling you don't get the big hoots and hollers when you're at home, right? So we get people in the office, we get them in the big pit, and we're all playing. And
Gold star.
Yeah, you get that feedback loop of I made good stuff, and someone's happy.
Yeah.
Look, drawing back the curtain a little bit, because when I think of how to handle a brand new game, a brand new title, bringing all these exciting factors to it, I'm thinking of bare bones, in your shed maybe, with a whiteboard, just writing things on, just brainstorming. What is that process like? Building the blocks, building the foundation behind this brand new game, putting those ideas down on paper. How does it work for your team?
Well, that's a big question.
I mean, one aspect.
Caraca, igualzinho, velho.
We tried to kind of break everything down as simply as possible, and that really is just a one-on-one interaction.
Yeah.
If you imagine how many times
imagem,
a one-on-one interaction happens in
multiplayer
or in single player, and what does that look like? They could just shoot each other, but it's what is in your loadout, what's in my loadout. It's almost like this
esses
card
caras
game where I use my splash and so we really worked on how many permutations and how that can play out, and so we figured if we can get that to come and play out in a lot of different ways, we can make a really deeply replayable game, which should, make everyone really happy at the end of the day.
Nah, it seems like everyone's having a blast so far. I mean, this in general, it's got to be pretty special to see just this many content creators here gassed up, enjoying the game.
I mean, it's been absolutely incredible. Honestly, Jeff, Joe, thank you so much for being here, giving us all the insights, letting us nerd out a little bit, ask all the questions that we're dying to know. But I tell you what, it is about time right now to head on over to the main stage to talk a little bit more about COD Mobile. We've got Beef Mummy and Matt Lewis over there. Let's take it over to them and see what they have in store.
All right. Thank you so much, Lottie, and welcome back to the Command Center presented by
porque eles vão deixar mais pro final, pô. Os caras sabem que
epic Warzone Mobile gameplay. And joining me here,
Warzone Mobile gameplay, Warzone Mobile gameplay.
I've been so excited to bring you into the stage. He is the Vice President of Product Management for mobile.
Thank you so much. I am super excited to be here today. We just have some awesome gameplay. We have some cool new surprises for you. So I'm just really looking forward to sharing this moment with you and with just the entire Call of Duty community.
I'm so excited.
I'm just ready to get into action. And obviously things are just heating up over here. And it really is impressive what you've been able to pull off here. And watching someone play, it looks great. It feels great. It's as if it's running off a console, to be honest.
It's true.
How did you guys make this from the ground up?
Yeah, it's a great question. So one of our game pillars was what we call relentlessly Warzone. I like to think of it this way. There are a set of emotions and an overall gameplay quality, something that's felt when you play Warzone. And for us, you know, that's something.
Ó, tu vê que a renderização dele tá pouco, ó. Presta atenção no chão aqui, ó, na grama aqui, ó. Agora não que ele tá entrando pra uma parte que tem concreto, mas não dá de ver, ó. Tu vê que a grama ela não tá full renderizada ali, ó. Ó, ela vai aparecendo aos poucos, ó, aqui, ó. Tá vendo? Ele não tá jogando full. Acredito eu.
So games, they can try to match this recipe and they can spend a decade, you know, iterating and testing and trying this and that, but they're just not able to quite get there. So for us, being on the same technology, it means we don't have to tinker nearly as much. It's just an incredible advantage for us.
So how was the team able to do it and just really pull off everything that you had here so far?
With tons of coffee.
No wonder why we don't have any more coffee here backstage.
Exactly. That's the truth. All the coffee in the world is how we were able to do it. No, you know, one of the things that I just love about this project, it's a really great mix of talent and experience. And for us, that passion was what allowed us to have this kind of great end product. So for us, you know, there are 4 major studios who are working on Warzone Mobile.
Morreu.
Activision
Sabia que ele ia morrer.
Beanox,
Sabia que ele ia morrer.
Digital Legends, and Solid State Studios. So our philosophy, it's been to mix together really amazing Call of Duty console and PC developers with some of the best mobile developers in the business. Because that's what we want, you know, an authentic, adrenaline-pumping Warzone, but something that is ultimately in this made-for-mobile, amazing, super polished mobile experience.
It's been so much fun watching all of these streamers today, and this game looks like a really great time. What is the best way for our viewers at home to guarantee they will be the first to drop in and play Call of Duty Warzone Mobile?
It's a great question. It's a great question. So for us, pre-registration is going to start today. We'll have a little bit more on that later. We're super, super, super excited. And if you're on Google Play, if you log on to the Google Play Store right now, you'll be able to start to pre-register. If you're on other platforms, please keep an eye out on all the social channels. We have the social channels live now. So all that kind of good stuff. And we're coming soon on the Apple App Store for pre-order. We have some incredible rewards. I'm going to talk about those maybe in a few minutes, but maybe for now, kick it over, check out some gameplay.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to go and pre-register for myself. I'm just so excited. But that brings an end to our coverage of Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And honestly, it's been such an amazing, great time here. But obviously, before we end all of these, we're gonna try to see what kind of fun all these streamers are bringing up over here, we are taking up on the screen right now. I mean, this ends with us just trying to introduce the game, but obviously every one of us, we want to see the gameplay. We want to see everything that's happening here, and obviously I am with the best person to talk about everything that is happening here on your screen right now.
Oh man. So when I'm looking at this gameplay right now, for me, one of the things I love about Warzone is that vehicle play. The vehicle play, the movement, and the combat systems all tied together. I'm a thumb player. I can't do the claw myself, so when I see other thumb players in particular on the vehicles,
olha o celular aqui, onde é que não é carregador aqui, ó. Isso aqui no mínimo é ROG Phone aqui.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the players right now, even if you're not on mobile, you just see this map and you go like.
E olha lá esse aqui seu negócio de carregar, que talvez seja coolerzinho para esfriar o celular, sabia? Mas eu acho que deve ser um ROG Phone mesmo, porque ele tá com o dedo aqui, ó. E aqui deve ser ele tá clicando pra, tipo, atirar, tá ligado? Tá vendo que tem tipo uma setinha aqui, ó. Acho que ele clica lá e aqui indica que tá pra clicar aqui, tá ligado?
100%. I think you nailed it. I think the team is really, really, really happy with where we are. If we think of the development process, we typically think about 4 stages, and we're in the 2nd stage right now where we're live to some amount of people in our alpha, and we're going to be entering a beta shortly. So for people who are interested in getting their hands on the game, the best way to do that, to pre-register now, follow all of the channels on social. There'll be some great updates there. And we just have loads of improvements, loads of surprises too. We just have some super cool stuff coming in. New features, maybe some new gameplay. Gunsmith is looking absolutely incredible. I think players who are familiar with it, they're just not going to believe what we have coming out with soon.
And as you can see over here, we definitely have streamers that you're very aware of already just logging in, checking out Warzone Mobile. And it looks and feels amazing. As you can see on your top left screen. We were talking about this beforehand, right? One of the POIs that we really love to talk about is Boneyard, because for me, in my experience in Boneyard, it's great. It has so many chests. You definitely can get a lot of money, but the moment that you drop in, you already know there's a bounty on your head, most likely.
Me too. Boneyard for me is my favorite. I'm a player. I like to equip two things. I always like two primaries for myself. A shotgun is a must, and I like my shotgun and my sniper. People make fun of me for it, but that's what I love. Boneyard allows me to do both those things. I tend to like to hide out myself in some of those little airplane shells, wait for unsuspecting people to come in, and you know, sometimes I'm lucky and sometimes I'm not. But that's me, Boneyard all the way. The fun thing for me too, we've been noticing some people, we've been noticing Bobby talk about this a little bit earlier, is, you know, being able to go back into some of those points of interest that you like, in particular ones that were former MP maps and previous Call of Duties. It's just one of the things that makes Warzone awesome. I know people were talking earlier like, oh my God, Superstore, Superstore, Superstore.
Oh yeah, speaking of Superstore, I mean, I like dropping in there because I feel like I'm going on a shopping spree, grocery shopping, all the weapons that you need on the ground, they're over there. You know, but the thing is, it's in the center of everything. You're in the middle of everything. So if you want to go and just go away into safety, you're going to have such a hard time because you're worrying about people up top. Airport is right there. Boneyard is right there as well. So I feel like for me, like since we're seeing Boneyard right now, it's kind of like a safe little spot because it's right off to the side, but you still get really good loot as well.
Totally, well said. And for me, one of the things I love about Verdansk as a player is there are these mix of different ranges. You have really close quarter, inside combat, things like Superstore. You have some long distance sniper areas. Some people I know like to go on top of dam and try to pick off some enemies. And then you have things that are great for AR, you know, that mix of ranges. So it really is kind of like, you know, choose your own adventure. How do you want to have that kind of gameplay?
Well, talking about the gameplay that we have right now, we definitely want to have a little bit of a look into the different streamers that we have, because obviously you can see here the duo. We got Hawks, we got Bobby Plays, and they're definitely really known in the scene, especially when it comes to mobile. And so it's really exciting to finally see these guys enjoy the game, because we've been talking about this for such a long time. And I really asked Bobby, are you going to be here in this event? I saw your invite. I wanted one as well, but obviously I sneaked into the COD Next event and was finally here, finally able to you know, see the alpha. But hey, since we're here, taking a look at what's going to happen here on the right side of your screen. You're taking a look at the map, and it's like, it's exactly what we saw in Warzone.
Totally, and it's getting to one of those end crunch periods. This is my favorite. The circle started to close, not yet final circle, but it's definitely that time. You got to be a little bit strategic and smart about your choices. There is a penalty if you get a little bit too aggressive.
And now, speaking of being aggressive, it's like we were talking about it. It's really a matter of where you drop, because obviously the tier 5 loot zones, the tier 4 loot zones, you'll always have that risk, but obviously the reward is a little bit more high. I mean, especially if you're going to be dropping at the very ends of the map, at the very end sections of it, where yes, you might not have better loot, but you might have a better time not really looking for those kills. But the best thing here is you need to find that middle ground in every BR game that you have. For here, cash is king. You need to buy out, go and find a way to buy your fallen teammates, because we've already talked about it before, or maybe even meet them in the gulag later on. I'm really hoping to see a gulag feature over here. I want to see it.
Me too, and looking at the mini-map here, there were just quite a few red dots around. Something tells me we're going to see the gulag pretty soon.
And now we're talking about the weapons that they have over here. Obviously, it's something that we've seen already. The Fennec, I feel like it's going to be a really good gun. And speaking of, there you go, gets one. So that's a really good start, Rib. So hard up. I mean, it's just like Bobby Plays has been such a tremendous name here in the mobile scene, and now he needs to get out, because he's going to be in big trouble, especially going out here with no cover whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know. He's living dangerously. I don't know. I'm worried for you, man.
Yeah, Bobby and Hawks, they need to find a way to, you know, just get some cover. There you go, finds one. Gets the kill.
pô.
that's going to be really good for them so far. So again, so
Não,
far
pô, e
so
o
good.
bom
And
vai
I'm
ser
really looking
porque
forward to kind of just talking to
todas
the
as
guys later
mecânicas,
on
pô,
after
do
this
Warzone
gameplay, right? I
que,
feel like they have a lot to say.
Me too. Super curious to hear.
que a gente conhece, pelo menos quem acompanha o Warzone,
I want to go back to one thing you were saying earlier with the loadouts. One of the
vai
things
tá
for me
ligado?
that I
Então,
just absolutely love about Warzone is being able to have this little in-game economy and the strategic choices that happen as a result.
entendeu?
Sometimes
Então quem já conhece ali o Warzone Mobile, o Warzone de PC, todas as mecânicas e armas que tiveram no início do Warzone PC vai estar presente no mobile, né? Então, quem antes assistia bastante vídeo dos caras, então vai ter uma vantagem imensa, tanto de questão de slide cansa, que vai estar presente no Warzone Mobile, né?
And that's why I'm being a
Quanto
shout
de
tester. I'm
armas,
just kidding.
classes.
But really just playing the game and playing Warzone in general, it feels as if you're playing the same
Eu
thing
tenho
on
certeza que eles não vão
console
trazer a
and PC.
versão
And so that's such a huge
atual do
deal, especially since
Warzone
you're putting
diretamente
it in such a tiny device, tiny but powerful
pro
device,
mobile,
and to
entendeu?
have the same thing here. Not only that, it has
Fala em
its
questão de
unique
arma
aspects
quebrada,
as well. I think we've
entendeu?
already mentioned it before. Mobile, yes, even though you
Os
already
caras
have
tudo
it,
de luvinha,
Warzone
velho.
is here. It has its unique features.
Big time. And when we started making the game, we listed out all these options. We could make something that was totally not connected. It was its own mobile experience. No
Pô,
connective
velho, eu queria
tissue
que eles
to
adicionassem,
Call of
velho,
Duty console or PC.
no COD
Then on
Mobile,
the other end of the spectrum, we could do an
a
exact
questão de tu
port,
comprar o
something
teu
that
próprio
felt
loadout, tá ligado?
exactly the same,
Porque
had, you know, same experience,
esse
same
negócio de tu
same
ficar
everything
esperando
else.
o drop com o teu loadout cair lá do outro lado do mapa, tu ter que atravessar, é muito pai esse aí, tá ligado? E eles podiam adicionar isso, já que vai chegar, né, o Warzone Mobile, eles podiam adicionar, porque o pessoal que não vai poder jogar o Warzone Mobile no celular, porque por mais que eles otimizem no início, como eu já falei na live aí, eles vão adicionar parcerias, armas, né? E tudo isso vai começar a pesar no jogo. Eu tenho certeza também que eles não vão manter só o Verdansk, né? E esse mapa atual, né, do COD do Warzone Mobile é Verdansk. Eu tenho certeza que eles vão querer trazer Caldeira e os outros mapas. Então tudo isso vai pesar, pô, no game.
It's not going to be
E o
too
pessoal
crowded, as you
do
can see here, but you can also get really good loot. So
do
that
COD
is
Mobile
definitely
não
one
vai
thing
ter
that you
isso, pô.
want to have. And
Então
now
eles
for
deviam
him,
pegar
for
algumas
exploiting all of these,
algumas
I can see the
mecânicas
movement is
e
very much
conteúdo
like
que só tem
Warzone. I feel
no
like for me that
Warzone
was one of the
PC
bigger questions. It's
pra-
like, what's the movement going to be like? And you can see
pra
here,
trazer pro
it's good.
COD
He's
Mobile,
done.
pô.
He's already kind of felt the game pretty right to the fact that he can get a lot of these kills. And so, how
O
was
Gulag
it
também, eu
like trying
acredito que
to
seria uma boa
transform
ele
into the movement
colocar o
coming in
Gulag
from
ali.
Warzone, going in here to Warzone Mobile?
That's a great point. We thought
Comprar o teu
movement,
amigo,
that's one of those
porque
things.
esse negócio de plaqueta aí, pra tu pegar a plaqueta e
It's
ter
something that
que
we just felt like we don't want to mess with it too much. It's so special.
tem que pegar a plaqueta do teu amigo, isso aí, velho, ficou no passado, isso aí era época de Fortnite, Free Fire, que tem isso aí, esse tipo de mecânica. COD Mobile tinha que acompanhar o COD Warzone, pô. É só tu entrar na... Ó, aquelas caixinhas verdes que ficam no chão no COD Mobile, eles podiam tirar elas ali e colocar a lojinha, pô, onde tu compra o cara, tá ligado? Teu aliado, compra o teu aliado ali, teu squad, tá ligado? Aquelas plaquetas roxas. Tu viu que no Warzone Mobile, se eles mostrar uma gameplay, eu vou mostrar. Não tem aquela terceira plaqueta, né? A plaquetinha na época lá, roxinha. Pô, por que eles assinaram isso no COD Mobile, velho? Aquilo ali, moça, é só pra pesar mais o jogo. Querendo ou não, eles, pra mim, do meu ponto de vista, eles deveriam remover aquela plaqueta no arquivo dela, no lugar do arquivo dela, colocar dinheiro e colocar loja, né? Lojinha no mapa onde tu poderia comprar teu loadout, comprar teu parceiro ali, entendeu? Aí eles não pensam nisso, acredito que justamente pra meio que forçar o pessoal, né? Forçar entre aspas ali. O pessoal tá comprando ali um celular melhor pra tá jogando Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
Boy like inside of me, the 13-year-old version of me that's like freaking the fuck out. Sorry, I don't know if that's allowed or not, but my bad, I won't do it again. But like, I am losing my cool. Like, I think it's awesome to think about the fact that like I'm at a Call of Duty event and one of this scale for a game that's this big.
Right. Yeah. Well, since you got to play the game with a bunch of people so far, what's your favorite thing?
Ooh, my favorite thing. An individual thing. I think so far what I've come to really like is I feel like they took everything that I loved about Modern Warfare and elevated it to the point where like the visuals, the gunplay, the feel of everything is just really polished and tuned. And that's part of what I really, really loved about Modern Warfare.
Nice, nice. Now, you're going to get into some Battle Royale later today. Is there anybody here that you are excited to find and take out on the battlefield?
Give me Give me Symphony's Pidgeotto ass. You know what I mean? I want to take him out because, you know, he's known as the cheater, the Warzone kid, and he's my good friend of mine, so I feel like it'd be legendary if I was able to just smoke him in the new Modern Warfare 2 Warzone, you know?
Well, there we go. There we go. We're going to be watching. Yeah. We're going to see if you get it. All right. Appreciate you guys listening. Back to you, Lottie.
Great job, guys. That was awesome.
Queria que eles mostrassem mais da
Yeah, that was great. That was so fun.
Warzone Mobile.
Inside, how hyped up he is, like,
oh, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I mean,
everybody is. I feel the
agora
exact same way.
Yeah.
Everybody's in one room here for one reason. It's to play and be excited about the new game.
Estranho, ela tirou toda atravessada da...
Everybody's loving it, all the new game modes, and we got one on the screen right now. Like, we've had 3P in Call of Duty before, but not quite like this.
Yeah, it's been pretty amazing. And yesterday, just being able to play, seeing your own back as well has been a while, of course. I gotta say, it felt pretty damn good. And when
Esse no caso é uma terceira pessoa, né?
Yeah, I thought frying, and I know you fry.
Oh, I was having an incredible time yesterday. I was on other streamers' setup, so I made sure to change my clan tag to
Olha em terceira pessoa. Parecendo aquele...
them on the map, but I will say the energy in here compared to like a competitive event, it's intense in a totally different way. It's intense in the fact that everybody is just so excited and everybody is just having pure fun and bliss, loading into a new game, figuring things out. Like the energy is just on a different level.
It really is on a different level.
This looks sick.
It does.
Yeah, what I like about this, Clint, is in 3P, you know, 3P, you use the corners, get that advantage. But when you aim in, I was worried about
it. Feels really natural. It looks really natural.
Yeah, I was worried about how seamless it would be from like going from 3P to aiming in, but it's perfect. Your centering feels on point. If that's how you play the game, and try to keep your, you know, red dot in the middle. You can play like that, right? So it's really nice, man. It works.
Well, the only time I'd really mess
with
it
muito roubada essa pessoa.
Was the COD Mobile BR.
Eu espero, e eu ainda não vi, né, na gameplay que eles mostraram do Warzone Mobile. Não vi em terceira pessoa. Eu acredito que com o tempo eles vão... Olha isso aqui, velho. Olha o jeito desse parkour aqui. Eu acredito que eles vão implementar depois, né? Com o tempo o pessoal vão pedir. Tenho certeza que o pessoal vai pedir depois isso aí. E com o tempo eu tenho certeza que eles vão adicionar o modo terceira pessoa no Warzone Mobile. Porque como tá tendo aqui no novo MW2, e o pessoal do mobile ficar não chorando, né, mas vão querer pedir essas atualizações também pro Warzone Mobile, eu tenho certeza que eles vão adicionar. Eu espero que não, porque o Warzone ficou o tempo que ficou aí e não tem, né, é uma terceira pessoa. E eu até fiz um vídeo uma vez falando que isso meio que mata o jogo. Mata principalmente o FPP, não o jogo em si, mas o FPP morre quando tem um modo terceira pessoa num jogo que ele é FPP, cara.
And you don't really get to see that much, right? It's more about like your gun when you're in the first person.
Yeah.
But with this, like if you get something dope or some of the different emotes you can do, like
your skins.
You are
You get to see what you look like. I think going back to quickly your point there, Ali, about getting used to kind of the zoom in then into the ADS as well. It does take a second to get used to for sure. How would you handle that though? Because I think, you know, traditional Call of Duty games, you know, straight up first person, you know, you can snap really quickly, right? Your ADS, you can put perks on to make sure that ADS is as fast as possible. This takes a little bit of time. So are you pre-aiming when you're going around? Like, what are you doing to try and kind of combat that?
Well, I'll tell you right off the bat, when we first loaded into it yesterday and got a little bit of a taste, I thought it was a bug. Like, I thought you weren't supposed to be able to ADS. I was like, oh my gosh, no way. Like, oh, they're going to be playing tomorrow and this is going to be happening. But that, it was meant to happen. It was such a smooth mechanic. And
talking about getting used to it, I was pre-aiming quite a bit, but as you got used to it, the hip fire on a lot of these weapons is actually incredibly accurate. So if anything, you're going to find yourself hip firing a lot more than ADSing when you're playing this game mode. Again, might leaning towards the mouse and keyboard players who are more used to not actually
your centering is just
your
centering
is
Listen,
incredible.
guys, I'm not gonna lie. I've played tournaments 3P on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
We had it back in the day. Like I've grinded 3P Call of Duty. It's actually a lot of fun. We used to have search and destroy tournaments all the time. I think these guys are having a lot of fun with it. I mean, you can see like it's a completely different play style.
Esse cara ali, ele não ia conseguir ver ele se fosse primeira pessoa, ele teria que dar a cara
But it's
primeiro.
absolutely incredible. And another thing, you get
Ele tava curvo, o outro levantou pra tirar no canal na frente e não meteu o tiro nele.
different kind of scope and bigger picture here. I'm kind of curious to see what things look like in terms of like.
Cara, como é o nome daquele jogo, velho, que vai sair pra mobile agora, que ele é de PC? Ele é em terceira pessoa,
You want us to see everything. And that's kind of what 3P is for. Like Clint, that's a really good point. Like with your operator, like I want to see that swag.
Well, I miss like it was a simple thing, but back in Blackout, like the first iteration of the VR, you had like these emotes that you could do, like a hula hoop or something that would go out to third person, and I kind of missed that going forward because I like to see if I get this really cool operator, I want to see it more. But like to your point, seeing the character animations and stuff, like they just look godlike. Like it does look so good.
It looks so good.
And not to mention the sneak peeks that we've got from like the vault and from what operators are going to be coming off of beta. Like they look incredible. Like they look so freaking good. So to that point, I am very excited to see once the game releases the type of operators we're going to get heading forward.
I need Vacation Maven. That's what I called it.
Yeah.
It's like a Hawaiian shirt with a bald guy with like a little bit of suntan lotion on his nose, and I just always called it Vacation Maven. I'm gonna need that back.
I'm not gonna lie, I might have to whip out my
caramba.
PlayStation again.
Pô, fica rápido, pô, em terceira pessoa.
Imagine how damn fine that would look in third person.
Yeah.
Fica rápido.
Doing the walk and everything.
Oh my god.
In both hands. Like I want to reenact that live in game.
It'd be absolutely incredible. I mean, this is already looking so much fun. I remember playing this yesterday. I got in a lobby with Aiden, and yeah, that was really rough. I was actually playing on Cloaksy's station, and I've definitely given him a bad name. I've got to say.
You said that you thought Aiden had a personal vendetta.
I did. I mean, this guy, he really doesn't like me. He really doesn't. But you know, it was so.
He doesn't like Cloaksy, wasn't you?
Yeah, exactly. He's probably like, who is this? This can't be Cloaksy for sure. But pretty exceptional stuff, and we can see a lot of the ADS here.
Look at Tommy's face right now. Like he's just got this. He had this little smirk.
Pra tu ver, né, bicho, a animação quando tu tá em primeira pessoa. Tu vê aqui a arma trocando e tal, e quando tá em terceira pessoa o cara fica bem rapidão trocando as coisas, né, tipo. Pra ver como a percepção é diferente das coisas.
He's having fun, man. Absolutely frying.
It wouldn't be a Nick Cam if his face wasn't in it.
Yeah, like what I walked through all these setups. I saw the cameras were in
Esse
the
modo
right
terceira
spot.
pessoa ele não recebeu qualquer um não, rapaziada. Somente porque não pode.
That's the classic Nick Merckx. It's the forehead, it's the eyebrows and the forehead going strong always.
Não que ele não seja jogo para terceira pessoa, mas o cara vai ter que
the aesthetics of this game look so good, and in terms of third person as well, being able to see it all encapsulated, as well as your, of course, skin and your operator that you're looking at.
Olha isso aí, velho. Louco rápido demais.
The gameplay here from Nick Merckx.
Yeah, it really is.
That was sweet.
The color I'm loving, but he's got the gunning on point right now. Nick Merckx absolutely forehead cam and all, just frying.
And you saw what he did there,
up the lobby.
He was pushing up and he was turning left, but he had his camera angled behind him.
Yeah.
Saw that, jump backwards, and absolutely
that was nasty.
So you know Nick, I mean, he's got a history of third person. So this
how are you guys feeling about the angles? We're seeing Nick do it a little bit here and just kind of shimmying and making sure he can see what is behind a corner. How are you feeling about that for third person?
I mean, he's a cut above the rest when it comes to this. Like, he's super used to it. He's won championships on 3P, so he's having a blast. I mean, he's played a lot of Call of Duty as well, so it's like the best.
He is torching this lobby right
he's
now.
bullying them.
But no, I think there is definitely, there's a learning curve to it if you haven't really played it. And yeah, he has a lot of experience with this type of camera, this type of gunplay, and I think you're seeing that absolutely right now. Just the used movement with the crouch and the block, he's a little disappointed. I think it's a nade that takes him out, but he was tearing the lobby apart.
Yeah, it makes it look way too easy, I'm not going to lie. He makes me feel like
he looks a lot more natural than some of them, right?
Yeah, he does.
Even some of the POVs we went to, I think.
Ó, outra coisa que eu percebi aqui, ó.
But his looks a bit different.
Tu vê que ele levanta a arma aqui pra correr, né?
He's not happy about
Ó,
that. Absolutely
vai mostrar no replay.
It looks absolutely incredible as well.
O celular tá descarregando? Beleza, mano. Vai lá, tamo junto. Valeu aí. Deixa o like aí, ó. E se inscreve no canal. Quem não for inscrito, tamo junto. Só saltamos com 4 pessoas na live aí, ó. Vamos deixar o like aí pra estar ajudando o canal. Aquela força aí. Estamos quase chegando a 500 inscritos aí. Estamos com 209 inscritos no total. Isso aí. Voltando aqui ao raciocínio aqui. Ele corre com a arma aqui, né? No código mobile, se tu prestar atenção, quando ele pega um SMG, ele corre com ela aqui, ó. Mas na hora que tu põe no modo primeira pessoa, ele baixa ela aqui, ó. Não é igual.
Yeah, this guy obviously has been here before, but of course on a new game here, Modern Warfare 2. Looking amazing. I'm pretty sure this part he does snap off. I thought that might have been the part where he died there. I was going to say surely not. But just really, really seamless gameplay from Nick Mercs. And it's something to expect from him for the future. The fact that he's getting it down already, brand new game, brand new maps. I mean, it's pretty clean, isn't it, Nameless?
Yeah, he was frying, and he wasn't even using right-hand advantage there. Like, literally using the left side of the screen. So
that's part I always struggle with, is that toggle between shoulders. Like, I mean, it's very natural when you play more, but like at first, I'm not very. I just end up like looking over one shoulder, basically.
E ainda vou mostrar o modo DMZ lá, que é o modo Escape from Tarkov. Talvez vão dar uma volta aí na nos mobile ali.
Was that a shotgun that killed him?
I'm not sure.
Looked like a shotgun.
The shotgun looked disgusting. I was watching Tim use it earlier.
No way, y'all like shotguns. That's crazy.
Yeah, I probably need one, to be honest. I probably need one, for sure. What do you guys think of the perks as well? Obviously, the perk packs, we talked about that with the devs earlier on the desk, and we saw that pop up a few times now on the screen. But obviously, having to earn the perks and kind of produce the goods and secure those as you're playing is pretty cool, too.
Yeah, we'll see what people play around when it comes to, you know, the perk setups. You can create your own, but they also have different, like, classes. You can be a support player. Clint was mentioning it earlier. You know, you can be a sentinel. Josie was talking about that. So there's different categories. I think most people will just, like, create their own, run some of the historics that we have at EOD, which is back battle hardened. You can stay away from stuns, nades, and then Dead Silence is a field upgrade. I know everybody's always talking about, is Dead Silence in the game? Well, yes, it is. It's a field upgrade. So you can still have that while you pick your additional perks, and as the game goes on, you'll get more. So you're just going to feel like a super soldier this time.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's different. We're going to see how it plays out, but it seems, I just like the concept of unlocking and earning things. I do so.
It's satisfying. You get kills, the game goes on, you get an extra perk. Like, we've had like something similar before back in Ghost with the Specialist, and you felt unreal as you started to unlock some of the other perks. So I'm excited to see how these guys play around with it.
Ooh, all right, Papa App.
I know.
Father of two.
Here he comes.
Dominating the lobby.
I love seeing a sub in his hand. I mean, this is probably one of the better opponent views we're gonna get, as he is just looking to be a menace right now.
Using the 74U, looks like a version of the AK. Yeah, he is. Oh,
yeah. Do it.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
I forget, as these guys grind, they're going to start unlocking more weapons. So we haven't seen this yet. We've seen Phoenix, we've seen the Hurricane, the FSS Hurricane. We have not seen the 74U on the stream yet.
There you kind of get to see the Dolphin dive, from the third-person POV, which I still think that's what I'm appreciating the most about this, is just seeing some of the animations from the 3P. It's just, I don't know, it's a different beast. Nice to see.
I just want to see somebody Dolphin dive in third person down an escalator. I'm still waiting for that.
I'm with that.
You can turn around mid-dive.
Yeah, 360.
Yeah, so like, people are going to be getting twerked on.
Just, yeah. Definitely are, for sure. I mean, the 360 down an escalator is going to be pretty nasty.
Lobby. Yeah, Crim, App. These guys are turned.
Speaking of, I want to know how you guys feel so far about competitive play. I mean, we've got some incredible pros or ex-pros on our screens as well. I mean, you know, so far, so good. How are you feeling about the pacing? How these guys are
playing great. These guys are playing great.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, the main things are like, going into it from a competitive aspect is like the maps, which the maps look pretty good.
Yeah.
Auto looks great, and we've only seen a
it's like impossible for you to say. Yeah, just gotta spend more time on the maps, see how they play out.
Good. Like for me, when I sit down, Clint, like the first thing that I look at is like the gunplay. How does it feel?
Yeah.
And it felt great. Like the movement feels good. You got some, you know, extra mechanics.
You get good gunplay and movement. It's like everything else is kind of will be all right if it's fun to play.
Yeah. So I think so far, like it's W.
See, and I'm on the other end of that spectrum where I'll look at the maps right away. Like, I'll go through my attachments and like, all right, I'll try this one out. But really, when I first load into the game right away, I'm looking at the map layout. That's kind of like my forte. And I will say, the Mexican Village, that map, I love that map. And like a competitive aspect, it gave me a little bit of like a 3-lane, as well as the paintball map that had the middle section of Chaos. I was talking about how there was the underground passageways. It's giving, again, like a 3-lane hybrid. So with the maps that we are given to play with on this alpha test, I am looking forward to the game release. I'm looking forward because for competitive side of things, at least my personal opinion, things are looking right.
Cool. Amazing stuff. I love to hear that. And I'll tell you what, I love to hear from some other people in this amazing arena. We've seen a ton of action so far, of course, our third-person mode as well. But it's time to toss it on down right now to Gina Darling and Stephanie to give us an update on how things are on the floor and what is going on over there.
Hi, Stephanie, and welcome back. Now listen, we've heard it teased a couple times today. Raids are coming to Call of Duty. Now, would you mind letting the people at home know what they can expect for this new experience in Modern Warfare 2?
Thank you, Gina. It's so exciting. I feel like I have been able to announce so much cool stuff today. So this is sort of the cherry on top of the sundae for an awesome stack of all of the Call of Duty content that's coming your way this year. But Raids, an all new experience, different gameplay than we've ever really brought to fans. And this mode is ultimately all about communication and coordination, the things that you expect from a raid. And we're actually going to be looking at episodic missions, all of them sort of a couple hours in length, starting with Season 1 and the launch of Modern Warfare 2, and then having that narrative, which will actually, you know, play in with the campaign, continue to play out across every chapter.
Exciting. Oh, I'm so hyped for this. Now, can we get a little bit more detail on the gameplay itself?
Yeah, so we're looking at 3-person teams. And like I said, this is all sort of a mix of combat, of narrative, and puzzles. So those sort of core mechanics of what we love, know and love from Raids are coming to Call of Duty in that style. And like I said, I think the way that the narrative will continue to evolve seasonally across each encounter and each mission. I'm stoked for everybody to get a chance to see these.
Now, listen, as a longtime Call of Duty player, lined up during midnight so many times, and
the
still streaming
at the Best Buy.
Shout out to the mom and pop shops too, and still streaming Call of Duty to this day. This gets me so hyped. So please let me know how and when can we dive into Raids.
Right, so this is going to come with the launch of Season 1. So same dates you're looking at for Warzone 2.0. This will be November 16th. Season 1 kicks off for Modern Warfare 2. And I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle of Season 1, actually. So it's going to be great.
You heard it, guys. Thank you so much. And let's go back to the desk.
Awesome. Thank
you so much, Gina and Stephanie, and I'm really excited about everything that is coming in. I just feel like the more the day goes on, the more we're getting, the more reveals are coming. I mean, there is so much to unpack here, isn't there?
It's just, listen, I've been a part of a ton of these launch events or premieres, and you know, we've shown, usually it's been like a multiplayer reveal, or maybe we'll show off like a campaign or something. Never, I don't know how to describe it other than like it feels like we're in this sort of like metaverse now with Warzone Mobile, with Warzone 2, with multiplayer coming from Modern Warfare 2. It just feels like it's this giant sandbox of so much cool Call of Duty shit that I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you know, it really is an experience. I feel like Modern Warfare 2 is bringing absolutely everything to the table. Or, on the other side of things, there is something for everyone, right? I mean, we're getting DMZ, we've got Ground War coming on our screen in just a moment.
Face off.
I mean, third person, the list is absolutely endless. So the fact that there's so many Call of Duty fans that love something specific about COD, they have something to sink their teeth into here, Ali. And yeah,
velho, como é o nome do jogo, velho? Terceira pessoa, velho.
It's like an amusement park. No, you're good. I need you to let you shoot your shot.
Roleplay, GTA.
I hope he sees.
Olha, esse é o modo MZ agora, hein?
I'm so sorry for yesterday painting your name.
É esse, né?
And I was just saying, it's like an amusement park of Call of Duty, right? There's just so much going on, and like we haven't even scratched the surface of it. Like there's still so much to be played. We're heading into Ground War. We're gonna see tanks. We're gonna see the vehicles. Like so much. Oh, the water!
This is what I've been
waiting for.
This is what I've been wanting to see is the boats.
Wow.
So they're going out.
Essa é a parte do trailerzinho que tinha.
They got the full squad on in there. Look, like I would not want to run into these guys.
Top play, ainda bem que eu não comprei esse jogo. Uma coisa que eu já não gosto de é o boneco. Não escorrega a segunda coisa. Tá em terceira pessoa. Não, pô, mas esse terceira pessoa, acredito que vai ser só um modo separado, tá ligado? Porque já teve gameplay já ele em FPP mesmo, primeira pessoa.
This is like what kind of like a middle ground between like your Warzone and your multiplayer experience.
Foi o que eu falei, né? Mais um tempo atrás aí, né? Questão que o modo terceira pessoa, ele por ele ser um pouco mais fácil ali, né? Tipo, questão de visão, tu tem uma visão melhor do que no modo FPP, tu, tipo, não vai ter que dar a cara, né? Principalmente na hora de segurar um objetivo. Ele meio que acaba atraindo mais pessoas por ter meio que essa facilidade, tá ligado? Principalmente em mapas de objetivo. É só tu ficar atrás da parede ali, segurar e os caras que rushar, né? Achar que tá seguro ali, vai dar a cara e tu mata os caras. E foi o que eu também já tinha falado, né, quando eu tinha lançado o COD Mobile, né? Que aí eles meteram terceira pessoa no jogo. O cara quer olhar o gráfico da água. Aí, ó, fica pulando, querendo ver as bolhas. Morrei.
Maybe a little bit about. Hold the phone. I love how the movement with Aiden, like you can tell.
Ah, não tem slide cancel não, filho. Como é que tu quer? Se eu tivesse slide cancel, eu tinha conseguido escapar.
So I think that's like, it's so interesting to differentiate the play styles between all the players and creators that we have here.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And we can see right now he's just obviously selecting his loadout here, and it's something we also got into earlier on. But Ground War, what kind of loadout do you want? Obviously, it's very different from multiplayer. It's so much bigger. You know, what are you thinking?
You gotta have like, have an AR with. You saw he just put a bigger scope.
He just hit himself in the forehead with that nade, I believe.
Split.
Hey, listen, it happens to the best of us, Aiden. It happens to the best of us. Not me, but it happens.
I love that you can select your spawn as well. But yeah, you're gonna want like a sniper and overkill AR. Nice movement.
Yeah, this spawn selection is huge, by the way. That is such an interesting and cool kind of push there into Ground War.
Listen, this is what I'm doing all day. If I'm not in the back sniping Ground War, like I'm in a tank, 100%. Like look how fun this is. This guy's just driving around.
Foi habilitado por 2019. Esse daqui que tem que quebrar o jogo.
What song do you think he's got playing in the tank?
That is a good question. That's a very good
question. É isso daí que tá quebrado o jogo. Vou continuar na zona. Tudo quebrado. Mas aniversário de tudo aqui, Call of Duty Warzone tá travando até umas horas que o jogo novo tá rodando sozinho. Isso tem uma pura sacanagem. É, pô. Pois é, pô. Porque eu também falei, e o que meio que tá acontecendo com o COD Mobile também, pô. Eles com certeza vão fazer o máximo para otimizar o COD, o Warzone Mobile. E tu vê que o COD Mobile tá travando, não sei se tu joga o COD Mobile. Mas ele tá travando um pouco, pô. Tem alguns dispositivos ali mediano pra cima. Aí eles fazem isso, pô, justamente pra forçar o cara a comprar um aparelho, né? Mas a gente fosse criador, de jogos aí tinha antes de lançar um jogo.
I think it's one of those things like just different side where you just gotta get used to it, dude. Once you get a feel for it,
Pois é, voltando aqui ao raciocínio. Eles fazem isso, pô, justamente para que o pessoal, né? Não, vou migrar pro outro ali. E, como eu disse antes, questão do COD Mobile, né? Eu vi que o pessoal gosta muito de jogar o Battle Royale, né? Do COD, né, do COD Mobile. Só que, tipo, já tem mecânica, pô, que no COD Mobile já tá ultrapassada, pô. Ficou pra Free Fire, ficou pra sei lá, PUBG, que é a mecânica do drop, questão de reviver os amigos ali que os caras pegaram ali do Fortnite ali. Pô, e com a chegada do Warzone, com essa mecânica de tu comprar, né, o teu parceiro ali na loja, teu Gulag, teve a questão das plaquetas que eles adicionaram. Eles já deveriam ter adicionado pô, essas mecânicas. Eles não vão adicionar no COD Mobile esse tipo de mecânica, né, que é do Gulag e das caixinhas pra tu comprar, né, a loja no caso. Pra tu comprar teu parceiro, justamente por isso o cara vai querer, vai ficar morrendo ali, o cara não vai conseguir pegar a plaqueta dele nem salvar, né? Aí, pô, bicho, o Warzone ali é só tu comprar o personagem, tá, o teu amigo na loja que tu volta. Vai fazer com que os caras queiram comprar um aparelho melhor pra jogar o Warzone, tá ligado? O Warzone Mobile. E esse tipo de coisa que eu acho pai, tá ligado? Nessas empresas grandes, viu? Sabe o que seria horas desse?
That's what pizzas in the background. Like hand delivering pizzas.
Sabe o que seria da hora? Se você pudesse usar outros os operadores que você tem no console na mesma conta você.
I hope they're getting napkins.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Having pizza, watching some gameplay on this desk right
Pois
now
é,
is the vibe.
eu acredito porque eles vão fazer isso só que com o Warzone, né? Um Warzone Mobile, viu? Meio que parear as contas, principalmente quem tiver a conta, quem jogar pela Activision, né? Porque atualmente eu jogo, só que eu não jogo pela conta Activision, né? Se eu não me engano tem o Google, né? O Facebook e a conta da Activision. Caraca, o cara meteu uma bala ali.
Wow.
Oh, he is just flying his
wow. He said I'm getting
Entendeu? Acho que eles vão fazer isso só pra quem tem quem tem a conta logada, né, na Activision. Eu jogo com a conta Activision. E até na época, teve uma época que eles estavam fazendo, se tu conseguisse fazer, né, meio que parear as duas contas, né. Parear não, é vincular, tu ganhava o Ghost, se eu não me engano. Ghost curtivo, parece.
Look, the dev said that they wanted fun, and that sounds pretty damn fun to me.
Oh my God!
Cara, o cara pegou um tiro. Ó.
Adios, farewell. Was that bread?
Tirambaço, mano.
I don't know, I might need a replay.
Oh, we got a demon lot. I saw Biffle in here. Jack's getting popped.
Pois é, pô, o Warzone Mobile vai chegar, pô. Ele vai assim causar um impacto muito grande. Eu já vi muito criador de conteúdo, pô, dizendo que muitos que jogam em celular, né, dizendo que vai sair do COD Mobile para ir pro Warzone, né, Warzone Mobile. Tanto porque é um jogo novo, né, e tem aquela questão da raridade, assim, que quanto mais cedo tu entrar no jogo, né, mais tu vai ter coisa rara ali e tal. E a grande maioria deles falaram que vão jogar, né? Ou, principalmente ali no começo, pô. Uma vez ou outra que eles vão voltar no COD Mobile ali, sempre, talvez quando tiver um rolete ali, pra divulgar ali o pessoal, tiver evento no Battle Royale. Mas é isso, pô.
I don't know, but Courage was trying to find out.
How we doing, sir? Looking very dapper.
This is cool. Selecting spawns is just sick. I'm not gonna get used to that.
I just like the you know, in older games, you know, you pick your spawn, you sort of appear there, but now like the whatever you call it, like the
thing,
the animation, what do you call it? Like no, how it like takes you.
It takes
like flies.
It's like the zoom in, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a word for it there that I'm not finding, but like the zoom into like your spawn. Transition. There we go. That's probably what I was looking for. But I like that a lot. Thank you, Lottie, for saving my brain. It was struggling because it needs pizza.
Mine struggles on the reg.
Yeah.
So don't worry. Yeah, no, I think it is really, really cool to see that. And I think it just suits Ground War, honestly. It really does suit Ground War. And I think in terms of the objective work, you can have a huge map here and you have to cover so many different areas. So the fact that you can choose your spawn spot is pretty sick. I love it.
I think Myth hybrided his pistol to like an SMG. Whenever he switches to that, look at it, because that looks the auto, right? Insane to me.
There's an auto version of that pistol, and he has it on, but he has like a stock on.
Nice.
He's got it pretty loaded up.
It's the attachments. You can really make it your own.
Modozinho é um modo frenético, né?
You can make an AR into an SMG.
Aquela freneticidade, né, que tem naquele Battlefield, né?
Pistol into an SMG. Maybe that same SMG pistol into an AR, who knows?
So I've just looked at the kill feed, and Symphony is on the other team. So
perfect. That's exactly what I need. I needed a sniper.
Só que esse modo aí, acho que não vai ser um modo muito visitado, não. Eu acredito que seja pouca gente que vai jogar esse modo aqui.
We saw it in the trailer.
Só quando tiver um double XP ali.
I really want to see the float.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's popping off.
Caraca, esse bicho aqui tá falando bagulho.
The floating mine.
Oh,
Wow,
there's a lot of red arrows over there.
Yeah, wow. Oh.
That looks so beautiful. Has the
It's
whole map
awesome,
on it.
yeah.
Like, in color as well. It looks great.
Cruise missile out.
He's calling everything in. Doesn't see anyone. Oh, there we go.
I think they were inside. Unfortunately, not able to hit it, but fact is, Myth taking over the lobby. Snipe looking hot.
I mean, we've seen everything so far in this. We've seen vehicle combat, aerial, some crazy gunfights in buildings. Cloak was just chilling inside of a tower. So everybody, your specific taste to Call of Duty you can find in Ground War.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. Just fun. It's just fun.
You can look a lot of the settings right now, you know, because it's never their fault. It's a settings problem. So I think we're on the hunt for what's wrong right now.
I love going through this. It's just my favorite thing in the world. Just making sure everything's exactly how I need it to
And you
be.
never thought it could be your thumbs?
No, oh, no. I just really like tinkering with it.
Oh, yeah.
But do I blame it when I have failures? Yes, I do, Lottie.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I do.
No,
It's
I think
rarely
we all
my
do.
fault,
We
Lottie.
all do, to be honest. I understand that. Got a lot of red up there right now.
Wait,
Yeah,
so you
right?
can spawn in a vehicle. You see that? That's dope.
Yeah. Yeah, it says full, so I guess he's waiting for somebody to deboard.
That's sweet.
What?
Not noticed that.
Right, somebody get knocked out of it.
I wonder if you can spawn in a chopper, in a helicopter.
You must be able.
I believe we're going to be tossing to the floor soon. I'll tell you what, I'm going to see if in the 3 minutes I'm off camera, if I can eat an entire pizza. I'm going to try to.
I would like to know if you
Go
can.
bring me some?
Yeah, I'm going to try and find it. That's my
We'd
goal.
like a follow-up on that for sure.
É uma vibe meio cinzenta, né, velho?
See some Warzone later today. It's gonna be epic.
Estranho demais, né?
It's
Essa
gonna
porra
be
cinzenta na tela.
absolutely incredible. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, we're just about done here with watching this Ground War gameplay. We're going to toss it on down to the main stage to find out who Jess has got and who she's going to be talking to. Jess, over to you.
Thank you so much, Lottie. Yeah, I'm actually here with one of my favorite streamers, Swisham. How are you enjoying yourself here at COD Next? I mean, you're here among 200 of your fellow streamers playing what I can only imagine is your favorite game. How does that feel?
Honestly, the experience so far, it's been amazing. Like, I can't put into words. Like, the feeling to be here right now playing MW2 and getting all the first looks, like, you can't have anything better, you know? So far, like, I'm loving it. Like, I feel like a little kid on Christmas. Like, everything, like the aspect of all, you know, everything in the game right now with multiplayer, it feels so good, so smooth. I just want to keep playing this. I don't want to go back to
Engraçado que quando tá na beta, assim, todo mundo elogia o jogo.
Now of, you know, 6v6, Ground War, different
É.
maps, different
Depois
modes. Kind
os
of
cara
what's your
começa
main takeaway here from this game?
Que mata todo mundo
Honestly,
adorando,
I'm loving
gostando.
third person right now. It's like, honestly, I
Quando
didn't know if I was
lançar,
gonna like it or not
não
because,
sei
you
o
know,
que,
we've
tem
never
bug,
had
lançou
third person,
bugado, se não tivesse sido
in the past
rushado.
But honestly, I'm loving it a lot, and I love the maps. Everything, you know, is really good right now, and it's feeling, you know, smooth.
All right, final question. I mean, what is next for you and your stream and your content?
MW2 grind. That's all I'm looking forward to. Can't wait.
That makes perfect sense. Well, thank you so much, and best of luck. Have fun out there. Lottie, babe, back on over to you.
Thank you so much, Jess. And you can see right now there is so much happening behind us. All the creators, you can see the ring lights for days. So much Modern Warfare 2 being played. But my name is Lottie, I'm on the desk, I'm joined by Maven. But I also do have two very special people to talk about Modern Warfare 2 and what it took to make it look so damn glorious. We've got Mark and Joel joining us. And guys, I mean, studio animation director, and we've got studio art director here. I've got to say, first and foremost, this game is stunning.
Awesome.
Like, it is absolutely beautiful. The colors are incredible.
Yes.
I just want to dive in IRL, to be perfectly honest with you, but it's
not
really
just
beautiful.
brown.
It's not just
it
brown.
has some color. I promise I didn't joke about that already multiple times today. But no, seriously, there's been a lot of like gray and brown sometimes. There are many hues. We got our hue chart out. We put that in there. It looks vibrant. I'm loving it. It just feels good when you're out there slaying.
It looks absolutely incredible. I'm so excited to dive deeper into that. But folks at home, if you didn't already know, we've got an epic giveaway from our friends at Jack Links. And each Jack Links supply drop includes a brand new copy of Modern Warfare on the platform of your choice. Delicious Jack Links limited edition products. Brand new epic in-game items from Jack Links. So if you want to find out more, check this out.
Looking for an epic way to celebrate the launch
Mostra o Warzone
of
Mobile.
Jack Links has got you covered, giving you the chance to win the ultimate Modern Warfare 2 supply drop. Keep an eye out during the broadcast for the Jack Links Sasquatch to appear on screen. If you see it, grab your phone and scan the QR code, following the prompts to qualify for entry. Tune in to Call of Duty Next. Squad up with Sasquatch and level up for the ultimate viewing experience, courtesy of Jack Links. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, folks, keep your eyes peeled to spot the Sasquatch on the screen throughout the show. Scan that QR code and enter all your information for a chance to win. And trust me, you certainly want to. But back to it, though. Of course, Modern Warfare 2 is where we're at.
I'd be good as a Sasquatch, though, right? It's hard
Actually,
to mocap Sasquatch.
To be honest, people might honestly get that confused with you. Yeah, there is that problem.
I'd be really good as that.
There is that problem.
Anyway, I'm so sorry. You can throw the razors out. You don't need to worry about it.
But I'll tell you what isn't a problem is the color palette on this game. It's absolutely stunning. You know, I looked at Mikado earlier on, and I was just floored by how good it looks. What does it take to make a map? You know, how from scratch, you're looking at the color schemes, you're looking at what you want to put in, the details. It's very finely detailed, and I think that makes people really want to dive into the game and start grinding it.
Well, I think like it's important to create an immersive
Nem pra ter
environment.
colocado uma legenda aqui,
Capture
né,
reality, but you know, at the end of the day, it's all the details. And what's funny about making stuff like this is it's about what you leave out. You know, the real world isn't completely cluttered all the time. It's very, you know, kind of understated and things like that. So kind of holding people back sometimes because they want to keep going, and you know, especially in a game space, you know, that's important to pay attention. And then AI, putting AI in there and having a living world. And
I mean, that's just insane. The AI part is something that blows my mind, and I think it really brings such an incredible aspect of that realism, you know, that realistic effect that you guys are trying to achieve here in Modern
No
Warfare.
começo é sempre assim, né, rapaziada? As skins de arma é tudo simples, só uma coisinha básica ali. Um decalque, outro ali. Aí do meio pro fim do jogo eles começam a botar skin de anime. Não que eu ache ruim isso, né, mas engraçado, né, como é as coisas.
We have to have that authenticity where we deal with our military
Eles
advisors,
sapecar
all
logo
different
tudo aí.
branches of the military. We ask them questions all the time. We're always asking, hey, would you do it like this or would you do it like that? Most of the time they'll say, yeah, no, I wouldn't do it like
Cara, matou o cara.
that. That's Hollywood. You know? but they know that it's an
Aí
entertainment
tu
product. So
tá de brincadeira, né? Tu achar que tu ganha uma miniganda daquela ali.
Always giving us the advice that we need, plus the extra, you know, pointers in here and there. Then we bring them into the mocap stage.
Yeah.
Get
Tá
them
nem
suited
parecendo
up. You know, a lot of
Battlefield,
them
aquela
never
interface
been
ali.
in anything like that. You know, they're in spandex. You know, with
Também a
the
orelha tá
dots and some
doendo
big
aqui
tough
pra mim,
guys. You
né?
know. So, but once they get going, I mean, it's amazing when you see a lot of the movements that they do. You know, they're like, wow, man, that's going to look good in the game.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, it's just a lot of like effort and magic that goes into it.
Mark and I go back on this all the time. It's what you're looking for also in the performance is the human mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, when people get scared, when AI gets scared, how do they react? When a soldier, like, you know, sometimes all these consultants do things perfectly.
Right. Right.
And they rehearse it. It's muscle memory. But you want those moments where they're making mistakes and they don't do it perfectly.
Imperfections.
Human, yeah.
You know?
Well, I feel like the hard part, at least from the outside looking in, is just like finding that fine line between realism and fun. Because I play games. I'm not going to call it any other games, but like they try to have like sometimes like a realistic weighted movement to it that to me is just not as fun. Like I want more arcadey sometimes because that's just we're playing a game at the end of the day.
It's a fine line.
It's got to be very tricky.
You can't go too overboard and, you know, WrestleMania or anything like that, and you can't go too, you know, I don't know, whatever.
It's contrast.
We see that. I mean, with the Oni skin we saw earlier, the way that the guy was walking the operator, we having that fun, that exciting
That's
aspect.
you? Was that you in the
That was me in the suit.
No.
Was it really? No way.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that looks dope.
Oh my! I'm a big fan.
he
For a
did that.
start, big fan of the Oni.
That looks awesome.
But
Ué,
I mean,
doido,
we are
olha a
bringing that
estrutura
fun
ali, velho.
element to operators like Oni and having these exclusive skins that you're able to put on, and it changes the whole character that you are embodying in the
Só
game. And that's
PCzão da
where the
NASA
fun aspect
ali.
comes in. But you do have people who want to stay true. They want that
Oh.
realistic
Yeah,
kind of approach and feel to the game. And I think the balance is really difficult. But something so far we've seen is that you guys have done that so well. Where does the decision making of the
Cara,
AI
quer
come in? I
banhar.
know the intuitive, creative part of the AI is so important to you guys, and having them making those decisions and become actually a vital aspect of in-game play. How does that work?
Well,
Caraca, eu prevejo muita gente morrendo ali, velho, naqueles...
The animators, we want them to do everything. So
Yeah.
we just have them running around, but then
They're cooking a meal.
You know, the design, Jeff and Joe were like, yeah, we don't need it like that. Can you guys switch it this way? So there's a lot of balance between design, code, and animation. The art.
How many times do we go back and forth on silhouettes?
Sim, slide ali.
You want the AI to be
Mas
identifiable.
de longe ali vai
and
ser
then
muito
when
bom
you
para
mix
os
it up,
sniper.
you need to get
It's
that
a
stuff.
little difficult, but it's a balance between that triad of design.
Porque o slide
code,
cansa
and
fazer
animation.
tu
We have our
se
vision in
livrar
our
daquele
head,
ali
we
rápido
just have to
demais.
come together and compromise.
Well, how
Sem
much,
isso aí,
I guess,
só com aquele
I feel like
slidezinho ali
adding like the
lento,
third person kind of put a
dá muita
spotlight
brecha
on
para
you
os
from an
sniper ali.
animation standpoint, because we've all seen, like, when you're in first person, you don't see a lot of the animations you do, but like when you're fighting somebody online, like every now and then the animation can be janky due to whatever desync. You're playing on the internet, but like when you have like the 3P, like it is a spotlight directly on the animations of the character.
The animation department and programming went to town.
They had to, right?
And it's so awesome to see it. Like our animation director at the studio, Bruce Ferris, I was just talking to him today about it. But it's really awesome. So I was just sitting down here on the floor watching it a few minutes ago. I was like, wow. Man,
it looks so good. That's what I was
Vehicle
thinking.
mounting and all the stuff that goes on with that, the way that you mantle on things, you've got a nice system where the feet are falling on the terrain the proper way, on staircases and things.
It's I don't know, it's just awesome to see.
It makes the characters look great.
When you see someone else doing it, that makes you feel even more badass.
There's a power fantasy seeing it happen.
That's all I could think about in the 3P part was like the character animations. They look so.
They knocked it out of the park. It's awesome.
They really do. I got to ask you just like, a personal nerdy question for me, but I love finishing moves. I think they're so sick. How does that get created? What's the magic behind finishing moves? Are they actually played out live? Do you guys have to do it?
We do.
We do. Wow.
So
cool.
we don't do them ourselves. It wasn't me in the suit. We go get stunt people, and we kind of map it out first. Draw sketches, like, hey, maybe it's like, do it like this, do it like that. We get them on stage, and then we kind of like just go through it together, to kind of just bring that action and that feel, that same thing that you just felt.
Yes.
We did it last project. This time, we were like, all right, we need to up the ante a little bit.
Love it.
So, violence and aggression.
I'm going to put pressure on both of you if this isn't in yet.
Rapaziada, obrigado quem tá se inscrevendo aí no canal aí, ó. Estamos com 209 inscritos aí. Estamos aí rumo aos 15 inscritos aí. Quem puder tá se inscrevendo, eu agradeço aí. Obrigado pelos likes aí. Estão deixando também. 3 likes aí. Isso aí, rapaziada. Comenta aí, rapaziada. São perguntas aí a respeito do Warzone Mobile aí. Já teve uma gameplay já mostrada.
For me.
I feel like we get that out with
a dúvida, se tiverem, pode perguntar que eu vou estar respondendo aí,
you
beleza?
really get to showcase that. Yeah.
You weren't asking if we have emotes, right?
Well, no. I guess more like I'm trying to think back. Like there was one where I could do like a hula hoop or like goofy kind of stuff you could do to like show off. And I just like I guess I like to see my operator much more.
Jogo assim com muitos
and you guys have put
mods.
so much work into the animation. Like I want
É
to see my
muita
guy
coisa,
dance.
pô, uma empresa, vamos dizer
It's an
assim,
evolving system. We have to see
ter
what
que
happens. Right now,
mexer.
we're so focused on.
Aí,
This is a big game.
se ela for resolver mexer numa coisa,
If I look tired,
outra vai ter que ser
if I don't
meio
look
que deixada
tired
de
because
lado.
the
Então.
makeup artists here are really good.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot going on. But yeah, we've got a long. There's a lot of road left in front of us too.
Keep me in mind that I want a
Warzone.
character that can move a little bit. All right.
Easy.
That's why. If we need to get me in,
we got you.
If we need to get me in,
E tem um Vongo, acho que se não me engano, pulo do alto, e eu acho que eles eram
I could
desmolados.
definitely attest that you don't want to get him in.
Mas o Warzone em si, ele tinha pouca coisa ali pra... né? Tinha pouco modo ali no WM19.
Hey, look, it might be the goofiest
O
one we've seen
pessoal
so
tem que estar
far.
balanceando, né? Tirando algumas coisas quebradas.
That's for sure.
Well, I think that's where you guys
E ainda assim a stun ficou por anos ali quebrada. E ela no modo desse
I
aí.
imagine all the realistic stuff talking in the military, but you want to have some fun too.
Absolutely.
I do. 100%. And we are.
Very
And we will.
Very true. Well, look, it's my job to balance the desk out here, and I got to talk about something very, very exciting. And Mark, I want to know a little bit more about the shoe surgeon. What have you been cooking up for us here?
Hey, shout out to shoe surgeon. We all at a lot of us at the organization, we're shoe heads, right? So sneakerheads. But we're really excited to work with a huge name in the sneaker world, which is the shoe surgeon. They made 2 incredible shoes for us, based off of the brand of Modern Warfare.
Okay.
2, with look at that. That's
wow.
dope. It's actually all unique for these 2 shoes. One of them is for the Modern Warfare brand. The other one is for our Mazda.
Esse aí é da hashtag lá que o pessoal concorria.
A lot of desert tones.
É 6 tênis desse aí que tem.
Really awesome. Iconic greens and all that.
Aí, ó, o pessoal quiser participar aí, ó. Só não, 2 aí que não quiser participar.
And they both have ghillie snap-ons too.
Subir a hashtag lá no...
You can ghillie your yeah.
Like you don't know nothing about these.
You got to put your ensemble together.
Right. I like that.
When you go out on the town, put your ghillie suit together, clip them on there, and you're set to go.
I love it. I love it.
But if you want to be one of the 6 lucky people to win a pair, maybe 5, because I might get one. You need to follow Call of Duty.
Okay.
Then you need to tweet hashtag CODNEXT.
Connex and
sweepstakes. Or you can scan the
para ganhar
QR code
dos 6 pares.
and enter to win.
6 pares.
It's as easy as that, folks. Absolutely incredible. I've got to say, I really want to cop that desert color pair.
I want the Modern Warfare 2 one.
Ooh, I like that. The iconic green.
Yeah,
the iconic green.
Absolutely.
I'm wearing it today. I've got to say, it looked pretty good with what I'm wearing right now.
Did you see Joanna's pants though?
I did. I mean, who didn't?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
absolutely. Icons everywhere I look. Including on the stage, though, it's right now time to toss down to Beef Mammy, see what she's cooking up. Right down there with the content creators.
Wow, I'm ready to have another slice of that action here in Warzone Mobile. Did you like that? Yeah,
Agora sim, rapaziada, Warzone Mobile, hein?
Ready for another round of gameplay here.
Amazing, 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 amazing. Ready for another slice of action? Me too. Me too. So yeah, only in Call of Duty Warzone Mobile can you have this type of intense, up to 120 player real action. So let's get back on in and see what we have going on today.
Well, you can already see it. It's after the turns of what we've seen here so far, because so far it's been absolutely crazy. It's been Warzone 2.0, it's been Modern Warfare 2, and now we're going back in here. We're going back to mobile.
Olha,
rapaziada, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys at home are really interested to see what is happening with our streamers that we have here today. And if you don't have it yet, comment down below what were your favorite moments here yet again, because we've had so many things happening already.
Incredible, incredible.
Now,
and one of the things that we wanted to make sure we do is go over. Let's talk to some of the talent, talk to some of our friends, see what's going on. Why don't we head over there?
And another incredible round of Warzone Battle Royale comes to this, and now it feels like such a great time. And now I'm really excited to go and move around, especially with my little box. I wonder if all of our streamers playing today want a slice of this pizza, because obviously we've been eating this the whole day. That's the reason why we have so much energy. And not only that, it's absolutely delicious, but we are heading on over to our streamers right now. I think we're going to take a look at Hawk's Nest and Bobby Plays. We're taking a look at what they're doing right now. And it looks like here in the action. Let's see if they kind of want to slice, but obviously they are very busy when it comes to the gameplay right now. See, you can see the comms. They're just so into it right now.
Bobby and Hawks, they don't even know what's going on outside them. They have a camera, they have a pizza box.
Oh, maybe if they smell the pizza, they'll want some. Hi, would you like a slice? Are you hungry?
Yeah, actually, very hungry.
Okay, maybe we can help them out later on with a slice of pizza. We can be your personal pizza holder. But we're moving on right now here to Bobby. I kind of want to ask him, so far, you're just walking inside, you're chilling. So where are you guys right now and what's happening so far?
Well, there's a guy right ahead of us. I'm going to go ahead and die to him. Wait, no, I killed him. We're chilling. You know, we're just dominating. We obliterated Godsley earlier, and he didn't really stand a chance. Noah managed to outcamp us. Wait, there's multiple people, multiple directions. Oh my god, I'm probably dead.
Cela dele no mínimo é ROG fone ali, não tem nem como.
Okay, we're gonna get back to you later on. You guys focus over there. I don't want y'all to die just because of us. Oh, and speaking of, Bobby's gonna be headed on into the gulag, but you know what? It's okay. It's fine. A lot of these gameplays happening right now. So far, how are you feeling right now, Matt? Like, you're seeing all the gameplay. It's been crazy here so far.
Great question. You know, feeling really good. Feeling really good. We still have so much longer to go in terms of development, but right now, you know, we know people are loving the game. We know people are excited to get in there.
Caraca, tu viu a animação do Gulag, velho? Igualzinho, não tem nem como.
Moment action is just good. For us right now, moment-to-moment action. And, you know, the other thing that's worth touching on a little bit is cross-progression, really breaking down what that means a little bit.
Absolutely, that cross-progression. If you are at home, if you're playing Warzone 2.0, if you're playing Modern Warfare 2, that progression that you have over there, it can transfer over into Warzone Mobile, where if you want to grind for the Battle Pass, you can do so at the tip of your fingers.
Caraca, quero ver se nesse jogo
If
for
you have
lançar,
things
mano.
going down at home,
O cara passou na direita ali, ele não
bring
viu.
it down into wherever you are. If you're on the car, you can grind for it. So again, so many new things, and for me, I think
cara
it's like
passou
a
na direita, ele não viu.
revolutionary thing for this to happen.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Vê que tem uma coisa ainda muito cinzenta ainda, né?
like, well, what does that
Eu acho que
mean?
esses filtros ainda vão consertar ainda na versão final. Vai ficar mais essa pegada escura aí, ó. Mas quando ele passa numa parte mais clara, fica cinza.
Let's say I'm playing for, you know,
São
a couple
cara ali,
days. We have some new
deve ser do
functional
squad
weapons
dele,
that
sei
are
lá, não
unlocked.
possível.
If I'm playing on
Eu não ter
console, or
visto.
PC, or mobile, and
Oxi.
have a long session, maybe I
Cara,
do
levou
pretty well, then I unlock that functional weapon. That
Tira
time
basta
investment
ali.
that you just made, that now carries
Nem
over
viu,
to all
mano.
the other platforms, regardless of where it happens on. So think about the time save there.
Exactly, not just that.
Cara,
You're
mano, esses
interconnected.
caras,
I like
eu
to say
tive
it
a
again and
oportunidade
again
de estar lá
because it's
jogando.
just a
Vai
revolutionary
iniciar
thing
outra
to
partida
have.
já,
And
não
I
tava
think you
nem
have
aí.
something else in mind because you have
Isso aqui, é claro,
so
tem que
much
esperar
new
acabar a
features here,
corrida, né?
and we're only an
A-
alpha here. So again, we're just
a
talking about
partida,
all
né?
the main things that's happening right now.
Exactly, and you know, so that's the first one for me.
Exactly.
Unlocking new functionals, it's fantastic. It saves me a lot of time. The fact that whatever I unlock on one platform, I find on the other platforms. The second one for me that I think really is just super cool and also is very player friendly, which is one of the things super important to us, is shared battle pass. So let's say I've leveled up the battle pass on one platform. Say I'm playing on mobile, you know, had an awesome session with my friends. The next day, all that progress again carries over. So the stuff I've unlocked and my level, just those benefits now kind of really carry over with me. And the final one I just want to talk about for 1 sec. Let's imagine
Ó, essas três
over the
plaquetinhas
years,
aqui, ó, pra mim
I've
elas
built
que
up a group of
deveriam
people.
permanecer no COD Mobile.
Some I know in real life, maybe
Adicionar
others
essa
I've met
quarta
playing.
plaqueta aqui
That
só
friend
pra
group, so the chats and the larger social
praticamente
experience.
cagar o game,
Now
tá
they're
ligado?
going to carry over across platforms
Pra
and
mim era
across
somente essa
sessions.
única plaqueta aí que
Why are we
deveriam ter
doing this?
deixado no
We're
jogo
doing
e
this because we
acabou.
can, honestly. Other games can't. And also because we just think it makes for a better social experience.
And now that social experience is definitely really important because it's the first time that we can cross over finally from mobile to PC and console. So if you're playing a game, you can literally just call up your buddies, message them, and there you go. They're gonna know you're playing. Hey, what are you doing? I'm playing Warzone Mobile right now. No way, you're playing us from your phone. That is just absolutely revolutionary stuff. And so with things like that, I'm really excited to see how it progresses later on into the game and really just excited for its launch. And now, speaking of, we're taking a look at our duos yet again. So we're going back into the gameplay where we're taking a look at Jokesta. And with everything so far, I don't think we've touched up on vehicles that much anymore. So, I mean, yeah, the ATV, you got it right over here. You have the classic vehicles that we got to see in Verdansk the first time.
Exactly. One thing I love about the Verdansk vehicles too, a lot of differences. Helicopter, slow trucks, fast, quick ATVs. You really have the whole experience. There's nothing better for me too than helicopter. I don't know about you, but I'm a helicopter person.
I agree with that. I mean, it's the fastest route to go in there, but if you need to be ready, you have to go and drop right now. Especially if there's going to be a javelin just pointed at you, you make sure that you get out of the helicopter ASAP. But again, when it comes to finding those vehicles, you need to know the map very well. I mean, you can already definitely look online where to find like the great moments and the great spots.
A rede que o gráfico do cara tá muito baixo ali, mas é porque ele veio para renderizar, então tá tendo ainda aqueles problemas de renderização.
Now they're slowing things down just a little bit. We've noticed it. And for me, like, I feel like for this duo, they prefer just going into the outskirts just a little bit.
Exactly, yeah. I think they're smart that way. They loot, they get what they need to do, always staying together, but then occasionally, once they have what they need, they're waiting for the next circle to collapse. They're finding those areas in the map where maybe the action's a little bit lower. After all, you know, last people alive win.
Exactly. I mean, it just depends on what kind of gameplay you really like. Are you going to be aggressive? Are you going to be dropping down Superstore, Boneyard, downtown, or do you prefer the outskirts and be on the mountains and try to see what is going to happen when you are going to see just a little bit of a step back? But obviously, it does have its risks. You won't have as much loot going into it, and you won't have as much kills.
Exactly, exactly. Final thing, getting into Storage Town, circles collapsing. For me, this is the intensity that I'm looking for. Man, it's my favorite.
Same. I mean, it's really just a strategy that you can play for me. I'm the type of player that goes outside of the circle, going into the smoke, going into the outside of the zone, and try to have like a better angle. Because once the circle's zoning in, you basically you don't know that anyone's going to stay out there. People are just going to assume everyone's inside the zone, right?
Exactly, 100%. Those are the real savvy players. That gas mask, slow lagger behind.
Yeah.
I die to them all the time.
I mean, prior to this event, I was looking at the top 200 Warzone clips of all time, and I just saw one. I hope it gets to see it here in Warzone Mobile, where you get to see so many more highlights from outside of the zone, repositioning themselves, especially at the outside of the zone. But hey, take a look at that. Speaking of another highlight, we get to see it. Noah from YouTube tries to go in there, getting all those kills. Really just
diminui mais, né,
essa
marcaçãozinha aí.
Has the advantage of the scope, not only that high ground as well. So I feel like we haven't talked about the high ground so much here because it's just so important to have that kind of height.
Exactly. The way we think about it internally is how do we find the right mix of gameplay experiences? So you need that close quarter combat, you need long range for sure, but the way you combine those two with verticality in certain dense areas, that is special. I think for Dansk, especially the area we have, the area we're in right now on the outskirts of Storage Town, it has that in spades.
And now with that in mind, I feel like you have all that verticality. What part of the map do you think is best when it comes to having that height advantage?
It's a great question. So for me, it's actually the area we're in right now. I love the intersection or the kind of borderlands between Storage Town and Boneyard. I think it has the best of all the environments. So for me, when I'm playing, start in Boneyard, head up to Storage Town, and if I'm lucky and the circle abides, stand in this area. And you know, I'm just so proud to say that starting today, as we've said before, you can pre-register for free on the Google Play Store. And for players on iOS, just incredible rewards coming up, and of course we'll be able to pre-order on Apple App Store as well.
Well, plus we have a ton of amazing rewards that we are unlocking at different pre-reg and pre-order goals, including a special operator skin for those who sign up. And now with that being said, I want the folks at the desk to see what they think of the new things today.
Thank you so much, Beat Bummy. What a day it has been. We're almost, are we nearly done? No,
mas eu vou encerrar por aqui,
now, though, it's time to take a look at some of our best plays so far, brought to you by HyperX. Because that's right, guys, we've been playing COD all day, and there's only one Tommy Truant. It's a 1, it's a 2. And could it be any more? I'm on the desk here with Lottie, and brother. We've seen it all.
Provavelmente eu vou estar fazendo um vídeo pra estar mostrando pra vocês isso. Esse modo aqui, ó, eu achei ridículo, uma terceira pessoa indo pra frente. E mais só mais cor, né, pra acrescentar no game, pra pesar mais ainda. Achei desnecessário esse modo aqui, pra falar a verdade. Mas é isso aí, rapaziada. Obrigado pra quem se inscreveu no canal aí, que acompanhou a live. Se você tá vendo lá o final aí, ó, tamo junto. Obrigado pra quem se inscreveu aí. É isso aí, rapaziada. Fique com Deus aí. E até mais.